You want to get into it?
Sure.
All right, let's rock.
Where were you?
I was here this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I was just doing the cellar. I'm back out tomorrow.
Where are you going?
Well, is there even any point in saying on this? Because this is coming out so far, right?
I'm just curious.
Oh, Burlington, Albany, Providence, Northampton, Mass.
Woo!
But it's fun. I'm like, what? Yeah, we're on. What?
About some bullshit.
Well, this is some bullshit.
Let's hear it.
So,
Wait, should you turn that off, maybe?
oh fuck, sorry. So,
He's got one job here.
I have a niece,
Yeah.
and I was like, she lives in Northampton, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my friend Sam's coming. Would you like to go see him? I bet I could arrange it.
Yeah.
And she said, no, thank you.
I've gotten that before.
I've gotten that too.
Yeah. But we'll file this under shit you could have kept to yourself.
Yeah, right.
I don't
So I
know if
said,
we needed
"What?"
to hear this.
But no, I was like, what's going on? She was like, well, I just don't want to see any more male comics. She's fucking 14.
Wow.
How many male comics have you seen?
Enjoy seeing Barbie for the 14th time.
The brain is poison. The young mind.
Yeah, what are you going to
14.
do?
Male comedian. You're blocking out a whole gender. Because
She doesn't even want to see Chris D'Elia. He'll be crushed.
what about gay comics?
He wants to
They're
see her.
male. Black comics. It's so stupid. It's such a ignorant outlook.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
Very
cares?
negative,
I
very
mean,
close-minded.
I'm
Try
really,
it
I'm
first.
sad I'll be down her in the audience. What a loss that'll be. No, I had that once in Boston. I remember my dad. I sold out. It was the first time I sold out all the club shows in Boston, and I texted my dad. We have a lot of family there, and I said, "Does anyone want tickets?" And he said, "I just asked, and they said they're good."
Oh, damn.
Now they ask for tickets, though.
Aha.
Now they ask.
Interesting. What do you think changed it? The Netflix?
I don't know. I think they probably thought this was like a phase for me, and then they're like, because you would get that. Remember when you're starting out, you'd have those family members who'd be like,
Sure.
"You still doing this?" I'm like, "It's been 11 years.
Yeah.
What do you mean I'm still doing this?"
I know. I had the friends growing up, the high school bro, mook, nut job friends, jerk off buddies. They came and saw me once. They yelled fag the entire time,
Nice.
and then never saw him again at a show. Because they thought it was a phase. They were like, he'll be done with this.
Oh, so they thought they were like roasting you out of it. They thought they were like
Yes.
helping. I had that too. I bombed a roast, and the clips were online when I was like 21. And everyone, all these kids would like post it like, ha ha, like mocking me, thinking
Yeah.
that it was like, all right, well, this will get him out. I'm like, no, I need to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they don't. But
They
a lot
don't
of those
get it.
people that are shaming you for failing at this aren't taking any risks in their life. So
Yes,
it's like their
exactly.
own bullshit. But
That's what it is.
because the friends that like supported me were like, "That's cool, you're doing that." You know?
Right.
And then guess what? If you are meant to stop, you'll either stop or here's a punishment: you fail at what you love.
Ooh, T-shirt. Put it down.
You
But
know?
no, it's true. I mean, also in NOLA, there's like a real. I think Boston has a little of that too, where there's like, we don't want you to go past us, so we're gonna keep you down. You can't be doing arts. We're mechanics. We're
That's not
line
what
cooks.
Goodwill Hunting taught me.
Yeah,
He wanted him to thrive.
Those were
Yeah.
good friends.
Yeah, Affleck's a good guy in that movie.
Yeah, got to see about a girl. They gave him the car.
Yeah.
My friends never gave me a car.
I always want to do like a spoof of that where I'm like, I got to see about a girl, and then it cuts to me not knowing how to drive, and the car just explodes.
Is there any chance that story comes from somewhere? The story about my dad came up to beat me. He had the belt, the something
wrench.
else, and the wrench. And I picked the wrench because fuck him. Is there any chance some kid got beat with a wrench?
Well, he'd be dead. He'd be dead with the
I love Louis' bit about Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so true. I mean, just there is an arrogance to just casting yourself as genius.
Right.
It's such a good bit.
Genius, handsome, tough guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's got like his flaws are that he hasn't dealt with his shit.
Yes.
He seems pretty damn good.
Yeah, exactly.
And then guess what? He deals with his shit. Now he's like perfect.
Don't fuck with me, Sean. Stop fucking with me, Sean. Great scene. What
I'm writing a
scene.
character. I'm like huge dick, 8-pack abs. No one understands his genius. Yeah, it's like
Yes.
fucking Louis nailed it. It's-
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to the older guys like, we need to tamp you down and get out of with the drunks and come hang out with us. And he's like, I can't. I got to get out of here. I don't even want to use my genius. That's how smart he was. He was like, I'm done with it.
Yeah,
I
that
could've
was
been
the
a millionaire.
genius. It wasn't the theories or whatever. It was leaving.
Right.
That was it.
When I was a janitor, I had a boiler room and I had a bunch of shit written, like joke ideas written down.
Are you serious?
And nobody.
On a chalkboard?
Yeah, like a whiteboard that I
That's
stole
hilarious.
out of another room, and I had it going, and some guy came in and saw it, and he wasn't like, that's hilarious. He was like, you're a piece of shit. Like, you're a racist or whatever. Because, it's like black joke, Puerto Rican joke. So
Black plus Puerto Rican equals funny. And they're like, what the hell is this shit?
Exactly. It went the whole
You're like
opposite
Einstein.
way.
You're figuring out theories.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what we are. We are essentially like trying to prove. Like, that's what got me into comedy was like Chris Rock taking a weird hypothesis.
Yes.
And like, and everyone, the premise being like, and then by the end they're being like, all right.
That's what comedy was.
And they're laughing. They reluctantly kind of have to like give it to you.
Yes, exactly. So I related to Goodwill, except for the genius part.
That was a good year for movies. That was like that, as good as it gets. Not my favorite movie, but fucking Titanic was huge.
Huge.
Boogie Nights that year.
Wow.
That was a load. The 90s were fucking... Dude, I watched True
97?
Romance the other day. I hadn't seen it in years. That movie still rocks.
Oh, it's great. The Christopher Walken speech.
Oh, my God.
Or is it Dennis Hopper?
Both of them.
Okay.
But Dennis Hopper's doing the dialogue. I mean, it's amazing that he just insulting him by calling him the N-word. I mean, the 90s were a different time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're getting away with that monologue anymore.
No, the Sicilian monologue.
Yeah, as I say, I don't think you can pull that off anymore. Syracuse pulls up the monologue. You'd get in a lot of trouble for that. Let's play it real quick. No, but dude, that scene's great. And then, fucking Gary Oldman as a Jamaican
drug dealer.
drug dealer.
Fucking amazing acting.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I think Chris Penn is great in that.
Dude,
it's a
and
great
Tom
movie.
Sizemore, the two cops are dead.
Oh, yeah.
Who play? But also, Samuel L. Jackson's got like 3 lines, and they're all hilarious. It's like Samuel L. Jackson, anything Tarantino has to do with, he fucking crushes.
That's true, because he was in Goodfellas, but he didn't have one good line.
Yeah.
His shakes. But yeah, Chris Penn over Sean Penn any day.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love Chris Penn.
Oh, come on, this is crazy.
I love Chris Penn.
That's a bold
If we're
take.
going, I love Penn State too. Great team.
I like what they did. Also, I thought it was very good.
Paterno. But yeah, great movie. I was on a flight. There's no good movies on a flight. I've seen everything.
Which airline are you on?
I'm on United.
Well, that's why they got like 12 movies. Delta's got a shitload.
Delta's pretty good, but United 93 was on. Weird choice. But I watched Slumdog Millionaire.
That's a fun one.
Pretty good.
Danny Boyle.
Best picture.
First time you saw it?
First time I saw it.
Oh,
Because I was
wow.
like, well, it's a best picture. I'll give it a shot. And I wasn't really excited about it, but I got into it. I loved it. A little 2008, though.
Very 2008, but it's got heart. It's a feel-good movie.
Good heart and good structure, the way they do the game show, and he goes back to the memories and everything. But the woman has zero character development. She says 3 words. He even calls her at the end of the lifeline, and she goes, I don't know. I was like, her big contribution was not knowing. The woman is like a complete idiot.
I feel like a lot of women in movies, like then and before, were just like their name was woman.
Yes.
And script was like woman. It was like, well,
Right.
she's like the lead woman. They're like, just call her woman.
Lead lady. And
Yeah.
she's hot as hell. So you just found a hot lady.
Yeah, what's her name again? She was smoking.
Smoking hot Indian gal.
She had a
Latika.
moment, right?
Did she? She deserved one with that mug.
Like, I literally looked her up as Slumdog Millionaire woman.
Rubina Ali.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
I don't think I saw her in anything else, but
Man,
she
she
was
is beautiful, yeah.
beautiful. Bring it on in there, Petey.
They're called a whiskey. Hold on a second.
I thought it was
sour?
a Whiskey Ricky.
Whiskey
I thought.
Ricky.
Whiskey Ricky. Thank you.
All right.
It is 2 parts whiskey, half part lime juice, 4 parts sparkling water. It's like a summer whiskey drink.
It's a whiskey
love it.
soda with lime.
That's it.
It's a great name, though. Whiskey Ricky.
Yeah.
That's my dad's name.
Ricky Henderson.
Oh, yeah.
You ever hear the story about Ricky Henderson?
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm
Baseball
talking
player?
About
about?
the helmet?
Oh, that's we got 2 stories on Ricky, by the way.
Okay.
Here, cheers, by the way.
Not a bad Ricky. Ricky Dicky. Tricky Dicky.
That's really good.
my new summer drink.
Man, you put lime in anything, it's fucking good. I'll put lime
yeah.
put lime on a fucking vagina. Maybe that would hurt.
Now they're going to say cock.
No. All right. Either way.
Lime's
But-
good with or without.
I don't think it's true, but it might be
Gotta
true.
be.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's been told so many times. Ricky Henderson, maybe the greatest base stealer
Great,
ever.
yes, all time.
Amazing
Oh,
baseball
really?
player. Yeah, just a speed demon, instincts, everything. But the story is, I think his first $1 million check or something crazy. One of his biggest checks is just framed, and it wasn't like a Xerox of the frame. He framed the actual check. So they were like, "No, that's cool, but like." That's money.
Yeah, you got to. It's not a dollar bill at a restaurant.
Yeah.
That's a paycheck.
Yeah.
I love a pickle. in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
I love a pickle. That's my favorite thing in baseball is the pickle because it's very metaphoric for life. Like, how are you going to get out of this one? You got 2 problems and you got to fix it. I love it. Give me a good pickle.
What was your story, Matt?
Oh, so Ricky Henderson was talking to John Olerud when they played on the Mets.
Here we go. Woo,
Pickle.
baby.
Whoa.
He went under him. Oh, we got a triple
God.
pickle. Whoa, there's 4 guys going. This is incredible. Did he make it?
I got him.
Oh, he got him. Well, he had a valiant effort.
Is that Ricky?
That would be
He
a hell of a turnaround.
What the hell are you doing here? What is this?
No, he just said play pickle rundown.
Sorry, I just want to see a great pickle.
So the Ricky Henderson story is he played with so John Olerud famously plays with a helmet in the field.
Yeah.
Had some.
He was the Mets first baseman.
Exactly, but before they played in Toronto.
Yeah.
And so now they're both on the Mets now, and Ricky's been playing with John Olerud for almost the whole season. And he goes up and he's like, "Oh, you wear a helmet in the field." He's like, "I played with a guy in Toronto, did the same thing." He was like, "It was me."
That's great.
That's hilarious.
Didn't even know who he was playing with.
Wow, wait, why is he wearing a helmet?
I think he had like head trauma, and his doctor's like, "You can't take another hard ball to the head." So he's like, "Just wear the helmet in the field."
Well, what's his name? Was it Hayward or whatever? The guy in the Braves had the. I don't know. If I played in the major league, I would definitely have the one that goes down over your face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference in swinging. I also never got guys who didn't, like David Ortiz always wore the elbow protector. You take a fastball to that elbow, it stinks.
True.
You lose all the feeling here for like 2 weeks sometimes. It's the worst. So it's like, I don't get, or, shatter an elbow. Even worse. But, yeah, I never got that.
I know. I don't like the face, the chin strap.
It doesn't look great.
It's not a good. It's got a little bit of Downsy vibe.
I was just watching that Netflix Australian New Zealand Down syndrome people finding love. You sound. It wasn't my choice. It was a woman's choice, obviously. And I picked like 12 noirs in a row. I had to give her one. And
what's darker?
But dude, I'll tell you, the New Zealand Down syndrome accent so much better than the American.
Down under.
They sound so much better.
Down under syndrome.
Downs under.
Downs under.
Because the New Zealand accent is thick as shit, and the Downs accent can be thick, and I wonder if they cancel each other out a little bit.
Kind of like this lime and this cocktail right here.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Hey, we got Gillis on the left over there with the glasses. All right. Okay, keep it rolling. Oh, Joe List in the blue, by the way. Okay. Who we got on the right?
Joe Pera.
In this window. We're gonna get canceled.
All right. There's Sam after a rough set.
My favorite movie.
Can they see this?
One of them.
Okay.
Dog Day Afternoon is hard to beat. Dude,
Attica. That's what the Nazis were yelling about Anne Frank. Attica. All right. Keep
3 weeks in a row, Anne Frank. 3 weeks in a row.
I love Anne. If she was around now, she'd have an OnlyFans.
And you're all right, kid. I'll tell you. You're the one with no ventilation right now. I'm sweating.
Only Anne's.
Only Anne's.
Oh, there you go. Auntie Anne's. Never eat it.
But it's like the opposite of the vagina. The smell ain't great, but the taste.
I disagree. I feel like it's calling me.
No. I meant the opposite.
Oh, okay. It smells so good. I like float like Bugs Bunny, and then you eat it, and you're just like, oh, that was horrible.
It's a bad choice. But
horrible
damn,
choice.
And it's also, why is it open at 6 a.m.? How big a piece of shit are you to get the pretzel hot dog at 6 a.m.? Sometimes that place will be open and like a regular, like a more, a place that would make sense to be open, isn't it?
True.
Airport travel, baby.
Yeah, like Starbucks isn't open yet, but Auntie Anne's is pumping out that dough.
I got a food-related peeve for you guys.
Hit me. I got a peeve, too. Should we wait? I don't know if he's got peeves.
All right, let's wait.
Okay.
Let's wait. I got a bunch.
I got a bunch, too. I'm excited about one.
Man, this might be a peeve-heavy ep.
Woo-wee!
Ooh, baby.
Right.
He's not here, is he? Okay,
Let me just put this phone on in case he texts me.
Okay, yeah, I'll do the same thing. I'll give it a little look.
Okay, nothing yet. Boy, I just got back from La La Land. Tinseltown.
It's more fun these days.
Hollyweird.
I used to hate it.
Yeah, I used to hate it too, but it's great to visit. I mean, the people who live there seem a little bummed out. Not bummed out, but just a little detached.
No, the second you walk in and you're like a person, they like flock to you.
That's true.
They're hungry for a real conversation.
That's
Remember
so
taking
true.
meetings in LA? I shouldn't be asking you, but like we would really go like all the time.
Yeah, brutal.
And you wouldn't even talk about a show. They'd be like, the Knicks. And I'd be like,
Yeah.
I flew here trying to sell a show.
Yeah, so true. That's so true. They're so just deprived of any real contact there because everyone's like,
They're isolated.
who's your agent? Yeah, they all live in their big houses up on the Hollywood Hills, and no one. They'll say, "Let's get lunch," and they never do. But
Because you live it is annoying. Like in New York,
it's too comfortable.
In New York, I'll come meet someone out of my neighborhood as long as it's not crazy far for lunch. In LA, sitting in traffic, dude.
For a lunch with a guy you kind of know, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But my point is, great. The crowds were there. They were full. We did the Ace Theater. It was killer.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, New York was in town. It's like Tim Dillon comes out, Santino comes out,
Oh,
did
nice.
Bobby Lee. I did.
Did they do guest sets on your show?
No, I just did the store. So whoever they booked.
Oh, okay. I
But-
thought you did the Ace. So
I did the Ace on Friday. Everybody was gone.
Oh.
I would love to have one of those guys jump
Yeah, I
on.
texted Nick Swartzen to come out when I was doing the world
Oh,
turn there on a
really?
weekend. He goes, "Fuck you! I'm on the road. It's a weekend." I was like, "Well, just seeing if you were in town, we could hang."
That's what I said, too.
Yeah.
And I saw Nick Swartzen at the Improv, and I went, "Hey, Nick," and he was walking by, and he went, enough's enough. I got to go. And I was like, I get it.
He's the best.
He's a good egg. He was a little grizzled, but yeah, saw Nikki and all the gang out there. It was a hell of a time.
But you did a podcast run, didn't you?
I did the biggest run. I was doing 4 a day.
That's not good.
not good because by the end of it, you're like, have I said this? It was like a set. I was like, have I done this story? Steve-O, Howie Mandel, Bobby Lee, Santino, Kreischer. I did Bert's wife, Leanne. I just fucked her. I didn't do her butt.
That one hung there for a second. I was like, "Who's gonna get it first?" It's like hungry hippos, you know?
Right. I did a Trash Tuesday. I mean, it was crazy. I did them all. I'm wiped.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
a
good
lot.
to be
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Getting
Segura.
back, Segura,
Yeah, sorry. That was a lot. I think that was it.
a lot. It's a lot.
So many.
I'm going out there and I'm gonna do not as many as you, but I'll do a few. I can't do that many. It kills me.
It kills you. And then it's like you always say, we do the shows at night, and the shows are great because you get a break. But I get drunk as a reward. So then you're drunk, and now the publicist is hotel room, phone's ringing, phone's buzzing, and you're like, and he's like, we got to go do Steve-O. And you're like, fuck. And you got to go do it all over again. Brutal.
Damn. Yeah, I'm doing his. I don't really know him. He did ours, but I don't really know the guy.
He's tough because it's in his van and it's 9 million degrees and there's about 17 guys in there with cameras and headsets and it's intimate.
Yeah.
Your knees are touching, so buckle up.
Oof. In the van.
Yeah, he's a van guy. He'll pull up to your hotel though, so that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
But why in a van? That's like the theme.
That's the theme. Steve-O Vano. He drives up and you get in. I don't know. It's like a mobile studio.
You don't drive while you're doing it, then.
No.
right.
He parks it.
I guess. I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's kind of considerate if you don't want
Yeah.
to go to a place.
Totally. That's one thing. That's one way to get out of an LA pod. Adam Ray's like, you got to do my pod. I said, I'll do it, but I'm slammed. I'll do it if you come to me. And he's like, I'll see you next time you come to LA. I was like, great.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough.
But there's no way you keep a van cool with like 6 guys in it in the LA sun. It's just gonna get hot, right?
It's hot as balls, and it's one of those like when you push, open the door. You know, you got to get that door open. You feel like a migrant crossing the border. You're like, because he had a generator, but I think it was going in and out. So good luck.
Damn. Yeah, those pods, man, they
I
take
know.
it out of you. I just
really
came
do.
from one, and I love it. When it's your friends, it's so easy. And then sometimes you meet someone you don't know well, and you're just riffing, and it's fun. But like, there's a lot where you're like, was that good?
Yeah, exactly.
I just put something that's going to live out forever. I had no chemistry. It's like putting out a bad date on the internet. You're like just letting a bad date live on
great.
YouTube. It's not
so
good.
True.
Yeah.
So true. At
You
least
know?
with a date, you got a bar there.
Yes.
You know, well,
And no one will ever see it again. And there's the possibility of sex.
great point. Podcast, everyone's going to see it, and no one's getting laid unless
No.
you blow Steve-O
Yeah.
or Howie Mandel.
Are they harder to do when you have something to push, or are they easier to do if you're just like?
It's the same.
What was hard is you forget about the cameras and the mics, and you start being yourself, and you're like, oh, you got to cut all that out. I trashed my ex, I trashed my agent, I trashed every comic in America, so now it's unusable.
It's tough. It's tough, and you're just out of juice. You're like, we got in this to be stand-ups,
Yes.
and then you're just all of a sudden you're like a radio guy.
Exactly.
You know, I wanted to write jokes. I don't want to be doing. It's amazing. It's great for showbiz that like the landscape has become so wide open, and so many people have these avenues. But now I feel like back in the day you did like Carson, and you're like, I'm good. That's my press tour. Maybe you did some morning radio or you did something, but like, now it's like. You have to do a shitload because nothing is quite as big as that.
Yep.
But everything helps.
Yep. So, and as Colin Quinn brilliantly said, you can get in trouble for saying certain shit now, and all we do is talk and record it.
All they need is Wi-Fi. Right?
Yeah.
That's what he said too. Yeah, it's to ruin you.
And I don't want to get cunty, but I did Sickler. We love Sickler.
Yeah,
right? The Honeydew, great pod. Check it out.
Yeah.
But you show up and he goes, let's hear your story. And you got to tell this long story. And he goes, all right, what's the next story? Then you tell this line. You're like, what are you doing? What are you, Byron Allen? You're like the white Byron Allen. You're getting all my stories, and you're not chiming in, and you get the views.
He literally just said, I became too much myself. I shit talked. And then what does he do?
Shit talk.
Well, I love Sick.
It's a great podcast.
Great
I mean,
pod.
I did it, and I was like, it was shit I'd never talked about.
Yes.
Because I told a story about, a death that I witnessed. And I was like, well, I've never talked about that.
Epstein?
Luckily that one's not on YouTube either. But no, that's
Don't leave us hanging.
but it's
Well, I did hear this great interview tactic when I was studying this, when I was starting to make documentaries, which is you ask a question, let them answer, and then don't ask your next question.
And then they just go.
Yeah, because they're nervous and they're like, well, I need to say something else. And
Gotta
that's
fill
when you
the
get the good
silences.
thing.
That's also great negotiation. You throw out a thing, they counter, and you just stand there. And everybody starts panicking, and they go, okay, we'll go to yours.
Well, sometimes you get people. I did an interview. You ever just do an interview that's so bad that you're like, how do you have a job? Like I did it's funny. My publicist was like, it's like a small town radio station. She's like, he's been doing this for 40 years. I'm like, that's not a badge of honor.
Oh. Right.
He's a radio guy in a tiny ass town.
Yeah.
Like that's not a desired job. You know what I
Right.
mean? So he just doesn't even do any research, this guy. So he's asking me questions that like are just like half-assed, and it's like not even. At one point, he's like, "You did a podcast with Julian Edelman." I was like, "Yeah." He goes, that night after the Super Bowl when he was passed out, and the woman posted the picture of him, and I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Were you there too?" And I was like, "No, it was the woman. It's the woman who was there. What are you talking about?" I was like, "What do you want me to do with this shit?"
Yeah, when they've listened to one clip and they try to do a whole interview based off one clip. I had the same thing. A guy goes, "So you fucked your teacher in college?" Because that was one of my this is not happening.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it was crazy. I tell the story again. He's like, "So what was that teacher like?" And I'm like, "We did the teacher. Ask about New York or comedy or anything." But that's all he had.
So I got this clip of Larry King, who famously doesn't do prep. Okay.
Oh,
So this woman's talking about how she was she became a rape victim through abduction.
Okay.
Here's her story.
Good comedy start.
There we go. So she's saying he came up to me at the grocery store parking lot and grabbed me.
Decision I've ever made, I think. It truly was.
What happened when he got in?
When he got in,
Hold on.
I filled his hands with a lot of food that they hadn't seen anyway. I tried to engage him and
He was holding your food.
he was,
I picked the worst possible version of it.
Is that in
That's-
the video?
yeah,
Some
some guy
guy's
records-
house.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Pull up the Seinfeld one if you can, too.
That's a good one.
Okay, so anyway, so she's like, I was brutally raped and abducted. And he goes, what happened to the groceries? The groceries?
Was there ice cream? It could melt.
That's one that doesn't really require preparation. That's like being a human. Yeah.
Right.
You just don't ask about food when someone says they got raped.
Are you okay? Have you sought therapy? How's the family?
What happened to the frozen peas?
Peas.
Lasted how long?
9 years, 180 episodes.
You gave it up, right?
I did.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled
Oh,
them.
look how mad he is.
You're not aware of this?
No, I'm asking you.
You think I got canceled? Are you under the
This is my
impression
biggest
I got
fear.
Have I
canceled?
hurt you, Jerry?
I thought that was pretty well documented.
Don't
This is
most shows
is this
go
still
down?
CNN?
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also.
You,
But
Oh, that was a
yeah,
dig.
no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry.
You were
Do
all-
you know who I am?
Jewish guy, Brooklyn.
Well,
Wait. He was about to say that. I've seen that
You
clip.
know, I don't think he was like really mad. I think he was just like, "What are you doing?" I think.
Yeah, I think
But it
so.
was like pretty funny.
Well, it's a journalist, a broadcaster. So if you said it,
You asked if Seinfeld got canceled?
exactly. Come on.
No. Yeah, I mean, the amount of money he probably turned down, right? It was crazy.
Yeah, it was like a couple million an ep. But hey, you know,
Yeah, he did all right.
he did it at the right time because the show was getting weirder.
That was part of Larry King's charm, though, I guess, is that he wasn't that bright, right?
Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
I want to go into it with the level of my viewers' knowledge.
Smart way to be lazy. That's a smart excuse.
That's how I handled homework as
Yeah.
a kid. I was like, I'm just going to go in with like a layman's approach here. And just,
By the way, both from Brooklyn. The Brooklyn alumni is bananas.
Yeah.
Well, it's Colin Quinn, Chris Rock, Seinfeld, Jimmy Kimmel, Woody Allen,
It's a
Larry
big borough.
David,
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks,
Matt Salakuse,
Hell yeah.
Oh, good one.
The big
Not to mention
seven.
the athletes.
Spike Lee,
Spike Lee.
great athlete.
Stanley. I think Stanley.
I don't know. He's a New Yorker, I
I'm
think.
gonna
I think
go
he's
Brooklyn.
Queens. I think he's a Queens guy.
I'll bet you.
I'll bet you what.
$5.
Deal.
All right. Give me a Stanley BK. Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Marissa Tomei as well, and Harvey Keitel, I want to say.
Jean-Michael Basquiat.
Oh, wow.
What,
Joey Fatone.
Oh, I met him.
give me Stan Lee. Where is he from?
Okay.
Oh, God.
He's someone-
Spider-Man is Queens.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Peter Parker. Oh, God. Come on, Brooklyn.
Manhattan.
Oh, wow, we're both wrong.
That's a
Okay.
draw.
That's a draw. Whew.
Where did he grow up, though? Did he grow up in Manhattan? Man, he lived long. He was like
Yeah.
95 or something, wasn't he?
Wow. Look at that.
It was funny when the woman, there was like a nurse dealing with him that accused him of sexual misconduct during like the height of Me Too. And I was like, he's 95.
What did he do? Grab for a boob?
Yeah.
The
The corner of 98th and West End Avenue.
Boom. All right.
Wow.
So, well, that's not, we both lost.
Yeah.
Man,
Close to Queens.
he's a fucking legend, though.
Legend. The King. I mean, what is it? Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, Fantastic Four, Iron Man.
All those Marvel guys were early on. All those superhero people were Jews.
All Jews.
Because they were people that like hid their secret identity when they came to America. It was like very
Hey,
That's good.
you know?
Change your name.
change your name. yeah.
Bob Klein? Who?
No, Bob Kane.
Bob Kane.
Yeah.
He's Batman.
Yeah.
Is
He's
he?
got to be Jewish. Yeah. And then the
I don't
Superman
know.
is Jewish.
Yo!
Hey, Roy. He's from Cleveland. Hey, we got our guest
Roy
here.
Wood.
Where's the music? Boy.
Sorry for being black and lazy.
CPT.
You only have to
baby.
apologize for one. Good to see you, man.
What's going on,
You lost
motherfuckers?
weight.
Walking, bro. Fucking fatherhood.
That'll
So,
do it.
That'll
my
make you
son-
lose weight?
My son is 7 now. He's got a bike, and if your kid gets a bike, you gotta get a fucking bike. Otherwise, you're jogging next to the kid.
Right.
So we ride the bike up and down the West Side Highway. So that's giving me a couple of caloric deductions.
You're already
Thank
a
you
better
very
father than my dad. I've never seen that man on a bike. He gave me a bike and he kicked me out of the house.
My dad rode a bike, but this is how he taught me to ride a bike. I went down once. We were in the park. I went down, zipped into a tree, went flying. He was like, "You're not a bike rider." That was it. So I can't ride a bike really.
Promoted giving up early.
Really, you can't like.
I can't
You
drive
never
either.
tried?
During the pandemic when people were like, "Don't go on the subway" at the height of it, without a mask, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll become a bike guy." So I city biked a couple times down to like the cellar, and I was like scraped up all over the arm because people are fucking reckless on that
Oh, yeah.
on that West Side Highway. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, people are fucking cruising.
What I figured out on the bike, like I really don't ride that much in the city for that reason, but I will ride when it's high traffic because everything's more predictable because it's congested. So even if you hit me, it's going to be under 10 miles an hour.
That's
Right.
good.
In theory, I should live.
Yeah.
And then you
You do
just
a
have
helmet?
to- yeah, just
Got
because
to.
I don't want to be
alert.
that guy. Yeah, I'll be nerd. Like you're not getting pussy off a bike anyway. So this idea of looking cool, there's no one going to DM you. I couldn't help but.
Lance Armstrong. He was nutting that cancer all over Sheryl Crow. Sorry.
Okay,
Keep going.
I forgot.
He
what
was
kind of
the
podcast I
best.
He was the best. He had to be the best.
There's always one of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I bet there's a scooter that could pull some country music ass.
Oh, yeah.
If he's number one,
Definitely.
the trick is to look crazy on the bike, so I'll ride wrong way. and then it makes people watch for me more
Right.
than not thinking about me.
That's a good move.
That's my move, middle of the street. I do the same shit in like weird neighborhoods. I walk in the middle of the street.
I do that too. That was a safety aspect to
Yeah.
walk in the middle, ironically.
You're not going to sneak me from behind some fucking stoop. Like,
Exactly.
come out in the street and let's fight.
Yeah, right.
I don't like all the scooting going on and the bike riding, like just on regular. I understand the highway, but like you used to be able to cheat a red light in the city, and now these people come out of nowhere going the wrong way
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
true.
Yeah, I'm definitely part of the problem. But I'm alive. I think that's the important thing. Like that's what I always feel.
I do city bike from spot to spot. It's the best thing for getting around for shows.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's just strictly to feel like I'm doing something with my son. Also, he plays tennis, so I guess I gotta learn that shit too.
Damn.
So he plays tennis.
He's playing with classes. He's not like fucking Andy Roddick at 7. Like,
Right.
He's pretty.
No, he's a
good.
winner.
Yeah, he's
But
fucking strays.
He had a good run.
no, he was a great player. But he's
I've
lost
seen
a
you
lot of the
playing
big ones.
basketball with your son in the park. And I was
Yes.
like, this is a good dad.
Yeah. That's what you know. Like if you see a kid with a good jump shot, you know there's a man in his life, and that's what I want people to know about my son. Like if I die too soon, check out that J though.
I heard Chris Rock
Some
one.
NBA kids who had no dad. Huh? Come on.
Well, I remember Chris Rock once. I've heard him say at the cellar one night. He goes, Steph Curry is Allen Iverson with 2 parents.
Ah,
I was like,
brilliant.
God damn, Chris Rock.
Fuck.
Got the best sports.
He just
analogy.
summarizes everything, and like when
Yeah.
you're like, shit, Chris Rock would have been the best sportscaster too.
Totally.
Could you imagine him and Burr in the booth doing something?
I feel like I saw that on the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
The racial draft.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was epic.
That was
the
great.
closest thing you'd get to that. Yeah, Burr is cold with that shit.
He's
bro.
so good at it.
Yeah.
And he could do any sport.
I know. He loves sport, but he would get fired for saying cunt. Come on, you missed the puck, you cunt.
Yeah, like that guy from the Orioles. Was it the broadcaster Kevin Brown got fired?
What'd he say?
He got suspended, and all he was doing was talking about how bad the Orioles are traditionally against the Rays. He didn't say anything slanderous. He was just like, every time we come to Tampa, we lose. We haven't won since here, and that was the last time we won. And terrible team when we're here.
And they fired him for
They
that?
suspended him. And he's back now. But yeah, they were like, yeah, man, don't talk bad about us.
I think when Donald Sterling came out, they were like, all right, we got to rehire this guy.
We're good now.
Remember Jimmy
Only
the Greek?
talk about how good we are.
Yeah. Jimmy the Greek had a hell of a flub.
What was that?
He said the quick twitch. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Quick twitch. And then Cosell got in trouble for saying, look at a run, monkey, run.
Well, that's a bad one.
That was a different time.
What about sports? Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. The whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about
No.
That's kind of a compliment.
The only thing gonna be left for the white man.
That ain't good.
Wait till he sees Tiger.
You know what? Speaking of the white man, and I know it's not time to like run bits, but
Please.
You could run them whenever you want.
but it segues nicely. Do you think part of, and this is just a thesis, it's very loose, it tracks fairly decently on stage, but do you think part of the uprising that we're having with the awakening that white men are having in this country?
The Capitol rioting. and,
Yeah, I'm talking like the
Proud Boys.
outdoorsy white men.
Yeah.
Like in the ones that show up to protest gay cakes.
By the way, outdoors, you think they'd be a little tanner. They're always very pale.
Good point.
Well, because they cover their faces.
That's
Right,
true. There you
right.
go.
That'll do it.
Do you think is there a legitimate white American male action movie star
Chris
right
Pratt.
now? No, on the karate shit though.
Oh, you
On
got
some
Wick.
lone wolf. Wick I don't respect because the suit's bulletproof.
Is it?
Yeah,
I never watched
his
it.
suit's bulletproof.
that's
I'm
weird.
talking Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal.
Charles Bronson.
Yeah, like just one man against an entire group of minorities.
We got Neeson. Liam. Taken.
But he's old as shit.
He's old.
Is he American? I thought
No, he's Scottish, I think.
And
Fuck.
I think white American men, we got to give them back their lone wolf action heroes.
Who could do it? Who's like the guy?
What about Statham?
He's
British.
British, bro. Every film is global now, so they
Right.
cast globally, or every action movie is fucking a whole entourage of motherfuckers, Fast and Furious type shit. Like, I can't fucking think of just one white dude.
There's not like a Bruce
by
Willis.
himself.
You mean.
Yeah.
Right. Paul Walker died. Fucking asshole. Let's
I
see.
googled white
Even he
action
was
stars.
ensemble.
Yeah, true.
Like Sylvester Stallone. Okay, Italian. I
Tom
don't want to
Cruise.
roll him into the white burrito, but fucking Sylvester Stallone, he beat up black people for 3 straight films.
We know I think part of the problem is that all the dudes are still working. Like Stallone's still doing shit.
An ensemble.
Arnold's-
Yeah, Stallone is
die.
like, but like Van Damme, bro, fucking Van Damme, which
But he's not
technically he's
American.
foreign. Yeah, it's like
Belgian.
I did Conan with Van Damme once, and I can tell when a segment before me is dying because Conan was like, I could tell he was giving him nothing. So Conan's like, "Why don't you try a move on me?" And I'm like, "Ooh, this is a bad."
Oh, that is
This
bad.
one's bombing. If Conan's like, "Kick my ass," this is
Right.
the only thing I have to go with.
I somehow ended up down a rabbit hole of Chuck Norris films from the 80s, right? And Missing in Action was like what Chuck Norris was, and like part of the issue with the bit on stage is that I have to stop and reset who Chuck Norris was at that time to most people under the age of 40, really under 35. You
Sure.
really- like
I don't really know
is
Chuck
barely-
Norris.
Oh, Delta
Yeah.
Force.
I never saw it.
But like, because I'm 44, so like we're like right in that Schwarzenegger transition into muscle action. Chuck Norris wasn't muscle action guy. He was just brute, regular built dude who knew a bunch of fucking karate and could kick your ass. And like, so in Missing in Action 2, there's a scene where the Vietnamese, like the premise of the movie of that whole franchise is Chuck Norris going back to Vietnam to rescue POWs. He goes back by himself and just break our boys out.
Great premise.
Just basically, it's basically Extraction. It's Hemsworth Extraction for the 80s.
Yes, and it's very patriotic. We got to get our people back.
Correct. The Vietnamese are lying and they're saying there's no more POWs. There are camps. I'm going to prove it. So I'm going to go over there by myself and rescue the boys.
Yes.
And there's a fucking scene, bro. I don't know. I think it was part 2. Try searching missing in action rat.
I think this is why Joe Rogan is so popular.
Because he knows karate.
He
and
can
he's
kick.
fucking American.
And he's American. He's ripped, and he's tattooed, and he's smoking weed.
And that's when the audience moans.
Yes.
He hits every base. That's a good point.
Exactly. I got to tell you, when I don't know anything about RFK Jr.'s politics, but when he's doing push-ups in jeans, it goes back to that 80s kid in me. I'm like, oh, shit, he's tough.
So in this scene, this is a torture scene from back in Vietnam era.
Oh, boy.
They've got a rat that they've starved,
Oh.
and then they put the rat in a bag. They hang the POW upside down,
And they put it in his head.
and they put the bag over its head, and the
my
rat is literally trying to fucking eat you because it's starving.
Right.
So it's just a classic torture scene. We don't have to, like, it's fucking visceral as fuck. And so the rat's all, and then at the end of the scene, do I want to spoil it? Or you guys?
Please spoil it.
Okay. So at the end of the scene, just scrub forward. Chuck Norris has killed the fucking rat with his fucking mouth. They pulled the bag off his head. They think Chuck Norris is dead.
You wonder where xenophobia comes from.
Hell yeah.
Got it.
Oh, he got him.
That's fucking cool.
USA.
That's a
That's
fucking man.
badass.
That's
Badass.
a fucking American man right there. And we've gotten away from that type of action movie. And I feel like when you don't have lone wolves on screen, you get lone wolves in real life. And
True.
like you need that. You need representation matters. Like every minority group talks about how empowered I felt when I saw someone like me on screen.
Yep.
And we've taken that away. That's
Have Jews ever had an action star?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, Harvey
Discuss it
Weinstein.
amongst yourselves.
He was doing a lot of action.
Well, I think taking action was his problem.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm trying to think. Have we had anyone? Elliot Gould was like cool.
Elliot Gould was cool, but he never fought anybody.
Yeah.
There was the white
Oh,
guy.
James Caan.
He's Jewish.
Tough Jew. Last
Lil
one.
Rock'em Sock'em. Lil
Steve
Rock'em
fucking
Sock'em.
rules.
He was like Liam Neeson 1.0 for a
Right.
minute.
Yeah, he was Sonny in The Godfather. He
Look
was
how
fucking
sexist
everybody.
we are. Wonder Woman. She's Jewish. She's an action star.
There you go. But that's a
Gal
fucking.
Gadot.
That's a fucking.
But we're talking American Jew.
cartoon
Isn't she
or whatever.
Israeli?
She's Israeli.
All right, we're talking American.
Who was the white guy from Enter the Dragon? Is it Robert something?
It's
Is
not
it
Chuck Norris. It's not this.
No.
No, he's in a different movie.
No, that's Way of the
Bruce Lee.
Dragon. I'm talking.
Oh yeah.
There was in Enter the Dragon. There was a white guy who was like going blow for blow with Bruce Lee, and that was like fucking pretty badass.
Yeah.
There was a guy in The Crow.
Yeah, just pull up the cast of Enter the Dragon.
I'm a white guy.
But yeah, I think you got something. And UFC, I think, is very popular because of this.
It's just fucking karate and brute force, and
Yeah.
like, people love it. Like,
Shit talking too. Look how popular Conor McGregor got. You know,
Right.
and we don't have that in action films anymore. Every action franchise, like I would argue, the last legit would maybe be like Jason Bourne.
Oh, that's a good one. I forgot about that. They
Those
did
are those
four
are
of
good
those.
fucking movies.
When it was time to throw down hand to hand,
Yeah.
Bourne would throw down. I mean, that was more, wasn't necessarily martial arts type shit. But
So
like,
funny
it was
that he's
still
our
good.
fucking bat. There's like Bruce Lee, and they're like, "Who do you guys have?" We're like, Matt Damon, the guy from Good Will Hunting.
in a sweater with a backpack full of passports. And I will fucking defeat you.
He's like, is that Dogma? Oh, shit.
So this list of Jewish action stars is pretty thin. It's like Rob Reiner.
That's hilarious. Ezra Miller is he's like a pedophile or
But
something.
Ansel Elgort's on there.
Hell yeah,
That's his cousin
Okay.
yeah.
from Baby Driver,
Baby
right?
Driver. He's
Biological.
Jewish?
It's his cousin.
It's my
I
cousin.
didn't know. Well, that can fade out.
Kirk Douglas was whooping ass like that.
He's Jewish? Wow. How about
Heard
that?
this awesome story about the one of my favorite movies is Out of the Past from the 50s with Robert Mitchum and Kirk Douglas, and I saw the TCM like behind the movie thing, and it was Robert Mitchum's son, and he was like, yeah, Mitchum never liked Kirk Douglas because he was kind of like this A-list, like cocky, wasn't too cool to the people on set, but Robert Mitchum was apparently the fucking man. I heard this story about Mitchum. His son was telling. He runs away from home when he was 11 because he felt guilty. They were so poor. He didn't want to be another plate of food for his family. So he like lived.
Fuck.
So he lived on like he learned how to act by like living on railroads and shit and just studying people and like being like, oh, this is how they act. And he was like, acting classes are bullshit. You can just watch people and pick up what they do. But like that's the most tragic start. You know, Douglas versus Mitchum. One of the coolest movies ever, by the
Wow.
way.
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, all these old Jewish guys like Mel Brooks and Bud Friedman, they served. They
Yeah.
were all in the war and shit. They all did military time. That's kind of over.
But that took a toll. Like all these people that we were like, they served and then they come back. Because you watch old movies and they're like, did you serve? And they'll just casually be like, yes. And like, if I served, that would be like all I talked about.
Completely.
That would be
With a
it.
uniform.
I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like Goodman and Lebowski.
Yeah,
I would
they
never
serve-
fucking stop.
They served back when you could get a good blowjob from serving. Like you could come home and just
True. True.
I was one of the fighting boys overseas.
Yeah.
Oh, were you now?
Right. You could
Where-
dip a woman in Times Square and she wouldn't say no. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. It's like troops now, they'll like keep it a secret until they know you.
Right.
Like when
That's
you meet
true.
members on set, like a lot of crew on set is like a lot of veterans and shit. You know, like productions they hire.
Grips and shit.
Yeah. And it'll be like the fourth week of production. Oh, yeah, anyway, I was in Fallujah.
Right.
And that's how I learned to do this with the lights.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Those dudes are always awesome. They're always like salt of the earth, no
Yeah.
ego, the most humble, just hardworking guys.
Well,
Those
it's an
grips.
egoless job. You're like
Yes.
part of this greater thing, right? You're like part of a team. You were great in Fletch, by the way, talking about
Fucking
movies.
thanks, man.
Oh,
That was a
yeah.
good time, man.
That was
good
a
time.
fun movie.
John Hamm was legit cool. Like,
Yeah.
Isn't it a good feeling when you work with someone and they're actually like, oh, thank God you're as advertised.
Right.
He was talking you up on some talk show, and I was like, "What a cool thing to see him say what a good actor you are and stuff."
It was dope. We were in Boston for like a month and a half, just riding around shooting, and I've never seen like celebrity like that where it's like people already love him.
Yeah.
But it's not like, let's take a picture. Oh my God, it's you. It's just, hey, John, like fucking trash truck guys.
Right.
Like, to me, that's fame.
Yes, totally.
It's the one you
like-
want, yeah.
When it's like a working class person who you know only has 3 hours of free time a week
yeah.
and they fuck with you.
That's a
that
good
means
point.
you've made it into their small funnel of outside of work and parenting and fucking marriage counseling or whatever else they do.
Yeah, that's true. And John Hamm's one of those guys too, where I'm like, everybody's like, he's so funny but he's good looking. So I was like, shut up. But then he is. He's good in Bridesmaids, and he's funny in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, he was on 30 Rock a couple times.
He was great in that,
He was
too.
great, and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, he is funny. But I didn't buy it because he's so handsome.
Yeah, he was cool. I hope they do some sequels to it. I know that's a Paramount IP, the whole Fletch Empire. And I know
Was that was like a passion thing for him, right?
Yeah. Him and the director Greg Mottola. Like Greg Mottola, who did Superbad. Like, he's just passionate about like whodunit caper.
Right.
Type
I love
shit.
those types of movies.
Yeah, but they got it done. I know that. I don't know all the ins and outs of the funding of it, but I know it was like one of those they barely got it to the finish line type passion projects.
Yeah.
And then when they got it, and then everybody loved it. But it was a slow burn too, because we got fucked because of COVID, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
So because it was a comedy in theaters, you mean?
No, yeah, it didn't get to theaters. They like, let's just go. Like, it was like limited, like 10 cities for a week and a half type thing.
That's a bummer.
And then immediately straight to Showtime.
Yeah.
Did he? I mean, he's a comedy guy though, John Hamm, right? He must have knew who you were.
Yeah, he's actually seen me at the Cellar. You know who else is a weird face to see at the Cellar and it just throws you off? Gerard Butler.
Yeah, he's there sometimes.
He's there a lot.
Yeah. Wait, is he American? He's a rock'em sock'em.
He's an action star. What's funny you were saying action stars because I'm thinking like Fletch he's like a journalist, so he's not like he's like a figure it out with his brain type of guy. You know?
Comedy.
Yeah.
It's Chevy Chase
From the UK.
Yeah, he's a Brit.
Tom Hardy too is a Brit, I believe.
But he looks at you just like that the whole time you're on stage.
That's terrifying. That's how my dad looked at me when I'd come home.
Gerard Butler comes to the Comedy Cellar and then stares at you like you're giving the wrong answers in an interrogation.
Where's the microfiche?
And then he'll smirk at the end of like your full 10-minute set, and that's the equivalent of a standing ovation.
It's weird when you see a famous person.
Yes,
I just hate when they seat him in the front row because like I'm on stage the other night and I'm like,
this is him and Will Sylvince talking. Hold on. You can't see it. Yeah, he's a hunk. I think he was plowing Aniston for a while. Give that a goog.
No, I wasn't privy to that. At the Comedy Cellar.
Check it out, Sally.
Somebody, I won't say who and I won't say where, but there's a comic here in the city that he didn't know it was Leo DiCaprio. He told Leo to shut the fuck up.
That was me. What? Yeah. You knew that was me, didn't you? You son of an onion.
I don't think I knew this story. What?
I mean, it's not a great story. Fucking,
told him shut the
cum guzzler Ryan Reese over here books me on a gig. At
I did that
hotel.
gig. I did that too. Were we on the same night?
No, I would have remembered it because I fucking died.
I had a good set the night I was there, and I saw Tobey Maguire to my right.
What?
He was laughing. I got a few laughs out of Spider-Man.
So Reese was like, "Hey, some people are coming. Just keep doing your set." And he wouldn't tell me who it was because he knew I'd freak out. And I'm on stage. I'm getting a couple titters. It's all these hot, New York socialite types.
Not good.
Yeah.
And then in comes a guy, a tall guy, baseball cap and a like a COVID mask. So I couldn't see who it was. And he comes in and just starts talking to his entourage. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? And he just goes like and I was like, oh, gee. And he kept talking. I was like, all right, shut the fuck up.
And it's DiCaprio?
It was DiCaprio.
He fucking waved, Mark. Like, bitch, continue with your shit.
Wow.
Dance clown.
I am talking over here.
That is brutal to get it from one of the coolest actors.
I know. Well,
One of these too.
but if I would have known, I would have been like, if I was only an 18-year-old Israeli model, huh? Something. I could have thrown something at him, but I didn't know.
Yeah, that would have won him over.
I could have worked with the room, maybe. But Reese told me that later. He's like, I couldn't tell you because I knew you'd fuck with him. You'd say personal shit.
See, we'd know. Like, I remember when I was living in L.A. and I would do Tripping on Tuesdays at the Comedy Store. That was like, well, I'd say Mo Better Mondays too, but I only saw it consistently at the Comedy Store on Tuesday nights where there would be prominent black directors or actors there. Everybody would fucking know. And then everybody's set would just turn into, I'm auditioning for Spike Lee tonight.
Of course.
And I'm going to do How Much I Love Denzel. I'm going to do Denzel impersonate. So I think it's better when you
Which, by the way,
know.
does he ever cast other Denzel in his movies?
No.
That doesn't seem like a good tactic.
In the history of fucking, at least black cinema, there's never been a I saw him at the Comedy Club, and I cast him since Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy, Beverly
comic
Hills
strip.
Cop Part 2.
Yeah,
That was a comic strip,
What about
too.
Guy Torrey?
He got American History X from
Yeah, he had a show at the Comedy Store.
Tripping on Tuesdays. He was the host of it. That was his night.
I think he got it from that, but I don't want
Okay,
to
then good
shit
for
on your
him.
point.
Then good for him.
But he might be it.
And Edward Norton was like, he'd be a good black guy.
He'll be my friend.
Hey, listen, there's a skinhead movie I'm thinking about.
What a conversation.
The role.
Yeah, he was great in that.
He's an awesome dude.
He
I
was
love Guy
folding
Torrey.
laundry.
He's so
Tripping on
cool.
Tuesdays.
And we got to get him on the pod. His stories are fucking
Crazy.
insane.
Well, did you watch the documentary?
The Tripping on Tuesdays
it's a great
documentary.
doc.
I haven't seen
It's
it.
on Amazon
killer.
Prime. It really sets up the spine of what became the black comedy culture in Los Angeles in the 90s, like during that Def Jam era.
Yeah.
And like the boom where just like on a given night, Bernie, Steve, some more would just walk in, and then it would just be Eddie in the crowd, and then Jamie Foxx like early on. Like just imagine Jamie Foxx doing the pre-show.
Yeah.
Do you know Jamie Foxx at all?
Same.
Do you know him at all?
No, I met him once back in the days when he still had the Foxhole over on Sirius XM. Foxhole used to like play the fuck out of my prank calls. Like
Great.
that was
Get the money.
when satellite radio first started, and a lot of comedians didn't understand the concept of just digitizing your shit, send your shit in the MP3 and email it
Yeah.
to.
I had a really
play
bad
it.
album that will never go any. I did it early on. Yeah.
Yeah, why
And
not?
you ate good off that shit.
Yeah, sure. And I
Yeah.
scrapped the fuck out of it the
Yeah.
second I had a real album.
Dude, they played the fuck out of my shit. That's when like Jamie would still do like the live Friday show or whatever.
Where'd you meet him?
At the Foxhole at the Sirius Studios. Like that's the only I've only seen them in 3D one time in my life. You know, I do my sets. I go home. Like I don't.
Yeah.
You're a dad.
I'm not even back then. I didn't party because it's LA. You don't know what the fuck is in the drugs. Like I just started doing shrooms, and now there might be fentanyl in that. Fucking stop that.
True.
You're telling stories about famous people in the crowd. I got a good one for you. I remember we were doing Joker. Gary Goldman was doing the scene before me, and I was on set with Gary. And you know where this is going probably, but Gary is getting fucked with. Like a guy is laughing at the wrong part of his jokes. And
Did they tell the extras during the comedy club? I didn't mean to cut you off, but just for the context. When you all performed in the comedy club scenes in Joker, did they let the extras in the audience choose where to laugh, or was it like
No, I just did my set, and I was doing. They were laughing. I think they were expecting me to suck, and I had I just played like my best jokes that were kind of timeless, like a joke that would work in the '80s. But Gary Goldman's on before me, and I'm in an easy scene. I'm in a scene where I just get the kill, and then I go off, and the Joker eats shit.
Yeah.
But Gary's scene is when he's going to the club to like discover comedy, so he's just laughing at the wrong parts of jokes to show that he doesn't get comedy. And Gary doesn't know it's Joaquin Phoenix, so Gary nearly loses his mind. Goldman's so he's so close to just going. What the fuck? But he powered through, and then he goes, "It was Joaquin. I'm so glad I didn't."
Because Gary's the wrong guy to have.
Gary will fucking go at a heckler. So,
Oh my god, he's our last white action star. He's Jewish.
But I mean, holy shit! I mean, thank God. That would have been awkward as hell.
Could you imagine?
What's wild though is that, as intimidating as we might find it, most of the famous people don't want you to talk about them. They're
course
fucking
not.
horrified. Correspondence dinner, like any.
How was that doing that?
You make eye contact with any famous motherfucking room, they look away.
Oh wow.
They fucking look away. They want no parts because they think, like, even here at this podium with a teleprompted script that I've polished for a month, you think I'm still gonna fucking go off script
Yes.
and just fuck with you. Hey, Lester Holt, let me tell you, I'm not.
Well, they're the most
It's
insecure
fine.
people on the planet, and they have no skill to fire back. So they can't look bad.
I know, dude.
Well,
Lester Holt can
Conway's
drop
and-
bars.
Maybe
That
Holt.
guy.
Maybe a news anchor or
don't know.
somebody.
Caitlyn Jenner's and stuff like that. I
Was
mean,
Caitlyn Jenner there?
yeah.
Oh my! Did he talk to Caitlyn Jenner?
Kellyanne Conway. No, I saw everybody at the red carpet, and it was just like pacing and fast. And then when I got done, I couldn't go out in the crowd because Biden had to leave. So they put the stage in a security bubble to no one in or out until Biden and Kamala leave.
Right.
So by the time I'm cleared through security to go out and Gen Pop, all the good people are gone. It's just fucking random interns and
Yeah.
Were you?
like
when
that.
was the last dinner before you? You were the first in a while, right?
no, it was Trevor. And then it was the drought.
Because of Trump.
It was Wolf.
Minaj did it.
That was
before Michelle.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, it was Hassan, Wolf, and Arthur, because Wolf pissed everybody off.
That's right, Smokey.
Well, they were all sensitive to Wolf, and then 2 years of COVID, then Trevor.
I think you guys love Trump. That was my Wolf.
It would have been great if Trump would have been there for Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that would have been legendary.
That's his villain origin story. He was at the one, and Obama made a joke about him.
Yeah, Seth
He doesn't
Meyers.
make that joke. We're living in an alternate. It's like a Rick and Morty different universe, you know. Obama just resists the urge.
Nah, I don't really. The only people I don't really like in the audience, or where I know there's going to be a dead spot, is athletes. I actually like. If I had to choose again, I would rather host the correspondence dinner than say the ESPYs.
Have you done the ESPYs?
No, I've never done it. But
I just think of the Norm clip where he's just they pan it, who I love, Ken Griffey Jr., but he's just like,
And then he does this. He goes,
yeah,
because Norm's saying OJ shit.
But that was tough to see because I fucking, growing up, Ken Griffey Jr. was like, who didn't love that guy? But I'm like, I'm a comic. It's fucking Norm, dude.
that would crush my soul, bro, if I bombed in front of my favorite fucking athletes. Because then I would get angry and then come at you and say something shitty about your productivity.
Too busy to cook, but still want to eat well? Factor has you covered. Skip the meal planning, the trips to the grocery store, the prepping, the chopping, and the cleaning up. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, delivers chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals right to your door. Always fresh, never frozen, and ready in 2 minutes. Yeah, I mean, all their meals are really good. I've eaten a lot of these. They sent me a bunch. If they want to send more, I will eat them. So go for it. If you want extra fancy for literally zero effort, check out their Gourmet Plus meal options. These upscale meals have premium ingredients like broccolini, truffle butter, if you want a little extra treat. Factor isn't just what's for dinner. If you never want to cook again, you're in luck. Stock up on delicious breakfast, snacks, smoothies, shakes, juices, so every meal can be a Factor meal. Whether you're looking to boost your protein intake, cut back on the calories, follow a vegan, vegetarian, or keto lifestyle, Factor has what you need. Head to factormeals.com/drunk50 and use code drunk50 to get 50% off. That's drunk50 at factormeals.com/drunk50 to get 50% off.
Oh, yeah.
Athletes are just too serious.
I bombed
man.
a gig for the Rangers once, and it was heartbreaking. It was like, and I'm not even a hockey guy. I'm like basketball first, but I like hockey, and I'm eating shit. And I remember the only guy who was cool to me there, it was like a scene out of Anchorman. Al Troutwig was there. It was Al Troutwig, from the Olympics. And he comes up, I swear to God, he reeks of scotch. And he goes, and I go, oh man, Al Troutwig, man, I've watched you since I was a kid. And I was like, love you, man. And he was like, well, I've never seen you, so my opinion remains to be seen. I was like, Jesus, what the hell?
That's a classic Troutwig.
Kenny Albert is hosting the gig, and Kenny Albert is the man. Kenny Albert's saved my ass. He was the nicest guy on the planet. And he hosts, and I'm bombing so hard, and Kenny Albert's laughing in the corner, and just seeing that one laugh, I was like, I'm bombing, but at least this one dude is.
After you got that laugh, Al Troutwig's like, "Do you believe in miracles?"
But anyway, the cherry on top of the bomb is Adam Graves, who's a Rangers legend. I've probably told this story on the pod before, but it's been a while at least. Adam Graves walks over to me and goes, he can't think of a compliment. So the line he hits me with is, I love humor. That's all Adam Graves could give me, is I love humor. It broke my heart. Because I was like, fucking Adam. I remember waiting outside the Garden to get his autograph as a kid. And this is how it comes full circle.
You gotta go to a game just go, I love hockey.
Athletes don't back down, though. You look at athlete dead in the eyes from the stage, they don't look away. There's no fear in them. I did Torrey Holt. This is 07, 08. This is
Hall of Famer, right? I mean, yeah.
Whenever Greatest Show on Turf era.
Isaac Bruce, Ricky Prohl, Kurt Warner.
Torrey Holt
yeah.
Goes back to Raleigh every year, and he does a cancer benefit. And I get booked for the benefit. And, cancer benefits, it is for a good cause. And you were there to help people stay happy in the midst of something sad. But the order of the show is always fucked.
Yes.
Because they put the comedy after the video. And now we're going to show you the video of all of the people that have benefited from the foundation. and it's pictures of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's all, yay, this is what the foundation does.
Sure.
And then here's a video from a person who was here last year, who is now dead.
Oh.
And now we will play the dead person's video. And now Roy.
Yeah.
So, like, when you do any, like, disease benefit show, you're always after
Always.
the disease video.
There's an ICU picture, or something. It's brutal.
It's a kid hooked up to tubes. You're like, oh, come on, man.
It's an honor you are starting fucking 10 point. It's fucking first and 40 when you walk on stage.
Yeah.
Just to get back to the line of scrimmage, you need your closer.
And by fourth down, it's 4th and 48.
Yeah.
You're like, this got worse somehow. I don't.
And I get on
Artie
stage,
picking up a purse was tough to follow.
and I'm fucking eating it, and then I look over, and Marshall Falk laughs.
Oh.
And Marshall laughed, and then they laughed because Marshall laughed, and it was like roasting the boss at it, because he was like the most senior motherfucker of all the players that were there. He was like he was the biggest balls in the room.
Fuck yeah.
And he was the coolest on that whole team.
Cool as fuck, bro.
He was probably my favorite player in the league at that time. He was so cool.
The joke started working, and it's like 15 minutes, but I like ate shit for like the first 5 or 6, and then you make the adjustments, but it's just not fun. I did I survived a Brooklyn Nets season ticket holder event, and the players were there. And so
who was the biggest guy there?
This is 2 years ago. This is Durant,
KD?
Kyrie.
They're both there?
Harden was not there.
Okay.
And this is Kyrie in the peak of no COVID vaccine. I don't want to. I don't know if I'm going to stay. All of that shit. And the whole shoot it. Ben Simmons is there, like during that era where they're heckling Ben Simmons for not. So there's already a list of shit I can't talk about. But it's weird in that the season ticket holders are laughing, but in your head, and you're there for the season ticket holders, but you can't help but look over in the corner and see if KD's laughing or see if
Oh my God.
So like, you don't care if Leo laughs. Even if you knew that was Leo, you wouldn't give a fuck. But there's just something about athletes versus any other form of celebrity where you're like, please, when I look over there, let there be at least a smirk on his face. And I look over and KD's just talking to somebody and not even paying attention. And I'm like, perfect. That is the perfect
best case scenario.
That is a fucking no decision.
Well, I went to a Pelicans game with Hannibal once, and him and KD were hugging. So he must know comedy.
There's a lot of guys that fucking, you know who fucking loves comedy? Harrison Barnes.
Really?
I think for the Mavs. Now, at the time, he was with the...
he's on Sacramento, I think, now.
Yeah, like he's bounced around a bit.
He's a good player.
Yeah, I know.
North Carolina guy.
I went to a game, and he like came over and like was like, it was a hyper-specific, like not even on the Daily Show type of clip that he saw of mine. I was like, oh, fucking... That's cool. Blake Griffin, too.
He's the man.
He
like
did stand-up, right?
Comedy, yeah.
He tried stand-up. Blake
Did
Griffin.
my show at New York Comedy Club. The ladies were swooning.
Yeah, Blake's
Can you
a
be
handsome
too
guy.
handsome for comedy?
Yes,
Yeah, right?
Of course.
That's
But don't tell that to people buying tickets right now.
Good
I mean,
point.
no, I mean, like, D'Elia still had to deliver. Matt Rife still has to deliver.
Yeah, for
Handsome
sure.
only gets you 10 minutes of grace on stage. I'm trying to think, who are the other, well, I know D. Ray Davis brings them out.
Beautiful
like,
eyes.
He's got nice eyes.
Women come in like parties of 8, and like I go out and look at my audience, and there's like 2 tables of women, and the rest is just all couples. I'm like,
Yeah.
shit. Where the fucking
I think it's a disadvantage. Like I remember the season on. I mean, like in terms of selling tickets, it probably helps you because you're attractive to women.
women
but-
drive comedy sales more than
Exactly, but
Do they?
But if we're talking funny, like we'd all be funnier if we were fatter.
That's true.
The season where It's Always Sunny, where Matt gets fat, he's the funniest he's ever been.
That's a good
fat
point.
is funny.
You got to stop losing weight.
I've thought about that, but I've always been at that point where my physique has always been I need to gain 50 pounds or lose 30.
Okay. Well, Seinfeld said if any comic gains or loses 50, they lose their funny.
Yeah, you lose you lose the job. Like I'm legit scared of losing the roundness of my face. Like cheekbones aren't funny.
No.
Defined jawline.
Yeah.
For me at least, it doesn't fucking work. Like Anthony Anderson's a great example of that, where he lost a lot of weight and still maintained the funny, because like I went back and watched the first Barbershop, and it's like
He's so good in
you
that.
can't even recognize him compared to like the way he looks now in Blackish, where he's
Right.
all svelte.
Those
and
those
fucking-
movies were fucking good.
Yeah, that shit still stand up,
They
man.
made 3 of them.
Yeah,
Cedric is like
Wow, look at
insanely good in those movies.
yeah. Look at that. Look at that
Oh,
change.
Jeselnik, another hot comic.
That's true. But Anthony goes so hard that it's almost like, he's like making fun of it.
Sure.
It's like he's so self-aware.
yeah.
I respect it though with Jesselnik, because
He's a great
if
joke
someone
writer.
still wants to fuck him after an hour of what he does, that's a real woman.
Yeah.
You got a good one.
Yeah, but as far as like Mr. X, there's probably not a better joke writer
he's
working than
pretty
Anthony.
great.
I mean, I think of like Mr. X comics, like Jimmy Carr is great at Mr. X, but I think as Anthony is like that to go that dark and stick the landing is
Good
tough.
name for a trans drag queen, Misdirect. Because you think you're going one way.
That's fucking killer.
Not bad.
Write it down.
think-
Yeah.
On that Mr. X side, I don't think. Nah, you're right. I was gonna say Sean Rouse, R.I.P. was kind of a
He was funny as
kind
hell.
of a
very
1.0 version.
Gary Veter's got great Mr. X too. We're talking like
Right.
Mr. X.
Yeah, but they're
Steven-
like longer pieces where
Right.
Jeselnik's like, here's the whole joke in
But
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Anthony's filling an hour. He'll do some longer
That's
bits.
true.
So do you guys have any peeves? I remember you said you came in hot with some
Oh,
peeves.
shit.
I got so many fucking peeves.
I
I
got-
got one out of the gate. I got a
Okay.
peeve for you. So I have a girl staying with me, and she just she follows me into the bathroom. I fart. And she's like, oh, come on. I was like, this is where you do this.
Oh, yeah.
You follow me to the place I'm supposed to fart. You want me to leave my home to fart? This is where it happens.
Was this an
You
act-
chose to follow me in here. I'm fine with it, but don't get mad at the fart.
Was this
point.
an act of deliverance by you, though, Sam? Did you
No,
deliberately?
no, I was already in there.
I think it's pretty considerate. You could have farted on her, which is what I would have done.
And I've done that too. And I'll give her that peeve. She gets that one.
The old Dutch oven. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in a place where I'm tired of like asking for like. So the thing I do now in a store, I try to pretend to like, how long until you notice me, until you come over and ask me if I need assistance. Like I think we're out of that retail experience.
Oh,
where,
that's
like,
over.
we'll come over. Hey, how you doing? I'm here to help. Let me know.
Especially in New York.
In
Yeah.
clothing stores, you still get it sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm talking like Best Buy.
Yeah,
all
no,
type of
that's
shit.
over. Yeah.
And that's fucked up. And I don't like that. So, like, you're standing there and you're doing nothing. You see me over here and I'm trying to find the cord that does the thing. I'll just start carrying shit. I'll just start pulling stuff off shelves and just carrying it and just creating a stack of shit to make it look like something. Like, but to the pet peeve, it's the lack of customer service now and the annoyance, like the attitude.
Yes.
But the societal POV of I don't get to complain because every job is stressful and you must fucking the peeve isn't the bad customer service, it's that somehow I'm wrong if I dare to
Exactly.
say, hey,
Good
no
point.
one, can someone help me? I don't have the fucking key to the deodorant. I've hit this fucking button
That's a good point.
10 times
Yeah.
in Walgreens and no one's come. So then when I go find you, you're annoyed. And then I can't be annoyed that you're annoyed because
Exactly.
you're not getting paid enough, and I understand that.
Sure.
But then I don't get to go on Twitter and go, fuck Walgreens and this stupid locking up with the deodorant.
Right. That's
So
good.
The stealing made it harder for the people that don't steal because now we're just like, dude, what the fuck?
And then you start thinking, maybe I should steal.
yeah,
I'm the chump now.
Guy who steals.
Yeah. But you can do it to an airline. You notice you can go, hey, fuck you, United. You skipped my whatever. You didn't get my ticket right. And everybody's like, good for you, because that's a huge, I feels like that's a huge company. It's a faceless. This is,
Well, people are
Shelley
getting
at
actively
CVS.
fucked by airlines. That's why airlines are the easy one. But
But
look,
he's getting fucked. He's
You
still
get-
getting fucked.
but
that's not fucking your day the way a 9-hour United delay fucks your
Sure,
day. You know?
sure. But
or the
we gotta start
Marlon
somewhere.
Wayans fiasco where they
That was
made him
crazy.
size down 3 bags, but other people were getting on. But they
didn't see that.
nitpicked his carry on, and it was a very ticky tack thing.
Do you think it was someone who didn't like his work? Or someone trying to like make a name?
It's got to be personal.
It's got to be
A
personal.
white chick.
Yes.
I like the way he handled it. I thought it was like pretty funny.
He blasted on Marlon was
And
on
then
their
the thing
neck
with
for like
Delta?
3 days straight, bro.
Really? I missed this whole thing.
Oh, he was on him. Even now, he calls back to it like it's a callback in his social media. You know how long you have to ride somebody for the algorithm to make sure you've seen every version of the fucking joke?
Damn, you don't want to piss him off because the 12 siblings are flying too. He pissed off the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a whole.
You lost
media
Keenan,
tour.
you lost Shantae.
Kim, Damon.
Yeah.
But the idea, it's not so much about bad service. I understand getting bad service, but the idea that we can't complain
Good
about
point.
bad service under the guise of retail equity. Well, then what's the price point? What's the wage where I get to go, hey, that was kind of fucked up service.
Right.
It's not DoorDash. Like, I get it. It's a motherfucker on a bike bringing you your shit. You'll get it when you get it. It might be wrong.
Seamless, you can complain. There's a robot you can complain to.
Yeah, but I would never go public with that. Like when the DoorDashers get creepy with women and the Uber drivers are fucking weird. Like,
Shame
that's
them.
a whole nother thing.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Shame those
But just-
fuckers. Yeah.
You brought me barbecue sauce instead of honey mustard.
Yeah.
I
It's
would.
fine.
Yeah.
I let
Right.
that shit slide. But if you dare curl your mouth to have a problem with the retail experience in this country, there are people who just act like everything should be absolved because we're in a wage crisis.
Right.
And there still has to be pride in your work.
Agreed.
And then you check out and it's like 20% tip.
You got a tip now
Yeah,
on
I
everything.
got to tip you for this lousy service.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you don't
say-
have to.
I'm not gonna say it. Bleep this name out. But one time we were drunk. Taco Bell at 4 a.m. This is like 2008. And the lady was just really doing a shoddy job and half-assing it. And he's like, she's fucking this up. He's watching her. And he's like, what the hell's going on back here? And then she gave him the burrito, and he ripped it open. And he's like, I said no sour cream. And she was like, whatever. And he goes, don't take the job if you're not going to do it well. And I was like, Nate, get the fuck, chill out, man. You know, it's 4 a.m. Who cares? We're drunk. And he was like, you don't take the job, you're not going to do it well. And I was like, I'm pulling him off the desk. I'm like, let's go, man. And we left. And I was like, what a psycho. But now I kind of get it. I've grown up. It's
Well, you can't
years
mess up
later.
the order and then be mean to him too. That's
Yeah,
not cool.
well, he was like,
Yeah.
I'm watching her fuck it up.
But it's like, but if I show out, the story is, well, that comedian guy was an asshole.
Exactly.
I bought a fucking TV mount thing. Like, you know how you can put like a little decorative piece of whatever the fuck behind your TV on the wall so your TV's not flush up against your wall.
Sure.
I buy one of these things to have a nice little decorative thing behind the TV and LED it up.
That's like
I buy the
correspondence
shit.
money.
The guy delivers it. I sign for the delivery, and he goes, all right, thank you. And I go, well, who the fuck is putting this up? He goes, oh no, we don't do that. And so then I don't even call, I don't email, I get in a fucking cab, and I go back to the furniture store, and I went, what the fuck? Oh yeah, we don't do installation. I asked, will you all come in and put this up? And she was like, yeah, we'll get it in your home and it'll be nice. And when I think back to the whole conversation, she never said we'll put it up. She was like, it's going to look so good on your wall. It's
Right.
Yeah, but that's misleading.
yeah. And I'm like, that's fucked up.
Another good name for a trans. Misleading. Write that down. Okay, keep going. But that's good stuff. That's misleading. She tricked you.
Yeah. But it's only so hard.
I had a similar thing happen with a oven installation. A place I didn't have a working oven. The gas wasn't on for like 10 months. I finally got the gas on. It's New York. It's like you pay a shitload of money and your place doesn't work. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
I have drilling. By the way, you've seen the drilling in my home. I go to Chris DiStefano's podcast studio today. There's drilling in his fucking podcast studio. It's like the one reason you rent a studio is to be quiet. But
Right.
anyway, the plumbing company, every review is 1 star. Like, I shit you not, it's like 30 reviews in my building's like, this is who we use. So I'm like, literally, I know they're going to suck, but I'm kind of like, all right, they know the building. You trust, I shit you not, 35 straight 1-star reviews.
Yep.
And all of them, like, they're the worst. Don't trust them. The guy is like, comes by pretty quickly to do a consultation. I'm like, okay. He's like, this is what it's going to cost. Fine. You're all set Monday at 9 a.m. I say, perfect. He goes, you're booked. You're perfect. Monday at like 9:20, they don't come. So I'm like, fuck, let me call the place. They go, oh, you have to call with us to confirm. I'm like, He didn't say that.
The call is to confirm.
Well, no, I mean, him saying you're booked is like, that's the confirmation.
That's it.
But yeah, it's shit like that where you're like, all right. But then they, they got it up. They got it running.
Okay.
But see,
eventually.
and that's why I'm not an angry person, because I don't have like an in between. So it's like, it's psychotic, or I just have to fucking let it go.
Right.
And there's an air conditioning company. They charged me for a part. They came in, they looked at the AC unit, and they go, okay, you need this part. And the part costs $2,000, 50% deposit.
For an AC unit?
I don't know shit about AC. And you fucking got me by the balls.
They rooked you.
Because it's fucking free. So I got no fucking, so I fucking pay the 50%. 3 months go by. Oh yeah, we can't come, and the part's here, and we got to come back and assess another thing and a thing and a thing. Okay, cool. I go to the building super. What the fuck, man? Oh yeah, it's a new state of the art AC thing, and there's only 3 companies that can fix it, and that's our company. And same shit. These are our guys. They come. Turns out the problem with the AC unit was the whole floor, and they fixed the issue in the hallway, whatever some switch shit is. So now my AC works fine. I need that $1,000 back.
Exactly.
That you fucking charged me for the part. And they're fucking not replying to that email. And so I'm trying to give it like another fucking week. I got to go on vacation for 2 weeks with the boy. So I don't have the time to like properly.
Right. Attack.
But we're past emails. This is $1,000. I'm showing up to your office.
Good.
I'm showing up to your fucking office with the credit card that we fucking used over the phone. And I want my fucking $1,000. And if the answer is no, or you start double clutching, I'm going to find out where you park your fleet of vehicles.
Double clutching, another good name for a trans.
Drag queen.
I'm going to rent some sort of vehicle, and vehicles, plural, and I'm just going to block the exit for your fleet.
I love it.
So you just can't go fix shit today.
Great.
This is good.
Street justice. And
that's not criminal per se. Probably saying it on a podcast, not bright. But at minimum, it's a fine, whatever. Even if it is criminal, it's misdemeanor. I'll pick up paper on the freeway. I'm fine. Well, that's some Southern shit.
Yeah.
They don't do the freeway paper punishment.
This was with the stick with the nail on it.
Yeah. Orange vest in the middle of a fucking 75 mile an hour.
We're both Southern. I remember seeing those guys like, I got to shape up, on the highway. But that might be the hospitality part of it, because I feel like down south there wasn't a lot of this. It's more of a
for sure.
New Eastern, not even.
Well, it's also the pace is different in the Northeast than it is in the South.
But see, and that's the difference, though, is that hospitality costs time, too. Because when you're in New York minute, clock in your head, motherfuckers move too fucking slow.
That's
down
true.
south.
And I gotta say, the South is sort of an honor system. Like, there's a code of honor in the South that I don't think we have as much up here. We're both New Yorkers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's like, we'll police our own down there, and you'll handle it our way, like what you just described.
The truck
I'm gonna handle
thing,
it where we don't
parking
really do that.
Good point. I do declare. Yeah. No, you're right.
But there's only so wild I can be with an apartment company that literally knows where I live.
Right. But you can get some street friends. Those friends who smoke weed all day, don't really have a gig, and they're like, I would love to park in front of this asshole.
Those are the guys that fuck it up. Like those are
the people you don't want to owe a favor to.
That's true.
Those are the guys on the wire. They're supposed to throw the gun in the river, but they throw it and it hits a barge instead. And then the police find the murder weapon.
That's true. All right. How about this?
You got a peeve? Yeah.
I got a couple. This one, I'm going to start out with my closer like it's a fucking cancer benefit with Marshall Faulk there.
First and 40.
You ever have this guy? You go, oh, and he goes, oh, you're yawning. Do I bore you? Are you tired? Am I making you tired? I'm like, I can't yawn now? You ever have the guy call you out for yawning? I yawned. It's not a personal attack.
And sometimes, yes, you are boring me. Sometimes, if I'm yawning in a guy's face, then yeah, maybe you're not fucking. Guess you know where I didn't yawn during a fucking Chuck Norris
a rat mouth scene. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool as shit.
Those are like the people when you bring food in a room and no one else is eating, and then they go, "Did you bring enough for all of us?" No,
Right.
no, I didn't.
I guess my ride's here. There's always that guy. But yeah, no, you're right. I can't stand that. And then they're like, yeah, maybe you are boring now. Why am I getting yelled at? Because you're boring. Maybe you got to step it up. That's a whole other angle.
That's definitely a peeve for sure.
Fucking yawn.
And then the people that get mad at you yawning, they're like, "Now I'm yawning." I'm like, "Well, then leave me alone.
I know.
You don't have to be right next to me."
And now I'm hiding my yawns. I'm like you with farting with your lady. I'm like going in another room to yawn, and then I come back so I don't piss this guy off.
You ever like try and do that like mid sentence where you like lock your jaw and let the yawn exhale?
A lot of bad dates.
Yeah.
But it comes out weird. It's like trying to clench your butt cheeks with a fart.
Yeah,
The yawn's like,
I'm stretching my throat. That's what I'm doing.
That is a weird
fucking
yawn.
boring.
Yeah, that kills me. I hate that guy. All right.
I got another peeve. I got lots of peeves today.
All right.
A lot's bothered me lately.
Wait, is Jamie Foxx all right? I
think he's okay now.
Is he out?
As far as I know.
I think it seemed like he had a stroke, right?
Yeah, but I mean, since then he's gotten canceled and apologized and been cleared.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
like,
That was, you know what?
Once you're
I'm
getting
a Jew.
canceled,
As a Jew, really? Are we really going
what'd he
after
say?
Jamie Foxx? It was something. It was a post was like they went after Jesus.
be careful
What would
about fake friends. You know, they killed Jesus.
What would they do to you? But it's
they.
like, it's like he's me. I didn't read into that as
It's
anti-Semitism.
common conversational shit in the black community. It's not said in the spirit of anti-Semitism.
I didn't read it
Somebody
as
wants
that.
to take it as that. That's a separate fucking
Also, you have
thing.
to
That's
assume
your
that
back.
Jews killed Jesus. For you to get there, you have to assume the Jews were the ones that killed Jesus. It was the Romans who killed Jesus. They put him to death.
Oh, really?
They had the death.
There's a lot of layers there, and then Jennifer Aniston liked the post, and she had to apologize, and I'm like,
'cause
fun world we're living in, huh?
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're co-signing anti-Semitism." So the conversation about whether or not Jamie, how he meant it, was gone. Like we're past
Right,
that.
right.
Now it's you need to apologize. And then Jamie apologized. So I mean,
I always-
We have
it's
too
all
much
water
time.
under the bridge. My point is, if a motherfucker's been accused of something and apologized,
He's doing all right.
he's doing better.
But I was also like, can we give the guy a fucking minute too
I know.
before we pile on? Because I'm also like I'm a fan of Jamie Foxx.
Sure,
When I saw I'm
he's
like,
a talent.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking great actor.
I think
great.
what sucks about the whole Jamie Foxx thing with that whole post is that lost in that is that the man was basically saying to the world that he's been betrayed by somebody close
Exactly.
to him. He's going through something.
yeah, we
and
lose
that
that.
post in itself, I'm not going to say it's a cry for help, but it's definitely somebody bearing their emotions to strangers.
Yes.
It's a guy who's
point.
in a bad place, and then people in turn try to like cancel him. I don't like that shit
Gross.
at all. Yeah.
Those people should be in trouble. Enough with getting him in trouble. Like, you're the bad guy for trying to out this dude. It's like the Lizzo thing.
There's real anti-Semitism. There's plenty to choose from. You don't have to go after that. Like there's,
I just think what I hate is when there is this degree of I know what you meant and you knew what you meant.
Yes.
It's like, no, you can feel offended, but let's also respect that's not
what I was going for.
That's not what I was
Yeah.
going for. So then we still have the
Completely.
educational conversation.
What the
moment.
hell
What's
are you
going
doing
on
here? Is it your birthday?
No, it's not my birthday.
Comes out on your birthday, Mark.
Oh,
Happy
Jesus
birthday,
Christ.
dear
Come on.
Mark.
This is weird. God
A
almighty.
brownie cake for Mark
You couldn't
Norman.
wait till he left. This is very
Happy
embarrassing.
birthday, dear
Thank
Mark.
you.
Birthdays are for.
Happy
Appreciate
birthday,
it.
dear
I'm gonna
Mark.
blow this
Happy
out and
birthday,
get
buddy.
COVID all over the cake.
Blow it out before the wax gets all over the brownies. I want a corner piece,
You
please.
missed one, buddy.
Come on, Jamie Foxx, anti-Semite. There we go. I got my wish.
Yeah, I didn't care for that shit at all, though. I thought that was.
But you're right. He has a better point. He's making a point about something, and then we got to go, what about this? You know, it's like when you go, oh, so my gay roommate, and people go, what are you, homophobic? I'm like, I said my roommate. But they're so quick to
Yeah.
get you. They don't even hear what you said.
Here's a good peeve, I think. People who they follow up emails, and you don't even know them, but they do a follow up email with just a bunch of question marks. I'm like, I don't even know how you got my email.
Right.
And now you're fucking annoying me. You're like pushy.
Right.
I hate that shit.
Can you reply, please? Where do we stand on this issue?
Yeah.
And it's like the nagging person who also you don't know an explanation to.
Right. Those reply alls, they get lost too. I try to find where we're at. It's a lot of emails to go through.
Shit, man, I might go by that air conditioned place.
Wait, that didn't get rectified?
Rather than like send a reply email.
They didn't give you the money back?
They did not reply.
Let's say the name of the company. Fuck them.
No, let's go through the proper protocols first.
Street
and then
justice.
we will fucking go on national television repeatedly. You know what I want to do with whatever podcast I eventually start is instead of getting endorsements, just have the freedom to just shit on it. Like, say who the podcast is not brought to you by.
Go the other way.
Never make money.
I
but
like
also...
But revenge.
Just fucking slander.
I love it.
That's a good tactic.
But just don't listen to that Ving Rhames speech before you go fuck with this company. I'm gonna get some street dudes come out there with blowtorches.
We gonna get
pliers.
The
The pliers is the best part of that speech.
I know.
Some pliers.
And Bruce Willis is standing there like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking pull up on them because they wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, this is exciting. This is a TV show getting back at companies.
Yeah, you know, I want
like
to
Nathan
do that.
for You, but the opposite.
Ooh,
Yes.
Nathan against you.
Yeah,
Roy's against
Roy's
you.
against.
I wanted to be that. So my degree is in broadcast, and I want it to be like the six on your side. Fucking Better Call Vaquero, like the investigative journalist who gets to the truth. Like I wanted to do sports, but I was like, nah, I kind of like fucking with people.
Yeah.
There used to be a show. It came on after A Current Affair.
I remember that.
Before Maury Povich had his talk show, Bill Maher, not Bill Maher, we'll do it live.
Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah. He had a show. There was like all these news magazine shows, and there was a show called Fight Back. And it was just a little...
about Chris Brown?
It was a little... No, it was a little short New Yorker dude, might have even been Jewish, and he was just... The whole show was just him fucking with people on the behalf of regular consumers. Oh, this company they promised you Model 3, but they gave you Model 2.
I love that.
Yeah, David Horowitz. Yeah,
I remember Horowitz.
Bro, that motherfucker was getting results every fucking episode.
It's a great idea.
Fight back, let them know you can win. Motherfucker had a theme song.
That's outrage. That's literally, you've monetized outrage. I mean, that's like Twitter in a show. Like, did you see this person fuck this person?
Right, it's revenge.
And this is what, 1980s?
Yeah, it's got to be.
A show that...
I'm David Horowitz.
That's great.
He looks like Inspector Gadget right there.
Hard to believe that while I'm dialing my credit card number into this telephone,
What?
there's someone on that balcony taking my credit card number down so that he can sell it.
Wow.
Fraud is $1 billion a year business.
That's old school skimmers.
Yeah,
That's
right.
credit card skimmers for the 80s, bro.
Right. That's pre-identity theft.
So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do some shit like that. So today I'm in my David Horowitz shit. I'm pulling up to that AC company.
That'd be great if they were on the first episode.
You should have your own show. You're definitely like, if you don't, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but if you don't host a daily show, I think they will regret it John Oliver style, where someone will give you a show.
Man.
Someone will give you your own show.
I'm not even sure though, like if political satire is even where I want to swim.
Where do you think it is?
Politics keeps you in a box.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
Like you put some more pop culture in there, put some sports in there.
Yeah.
Like, or talk
But
to
that
regular
could be
people.
your. So maybe it is a different show. Maybe it's not the Daily Show.
It's that, or I think late night across the board's got to change.
Oh,
Regardless.
yeah, it's done.
So the question becomes, what is the Daily Show changing into, and what is everybody else going to change into? You know, with Corden out the box, and they're doing at midnight instead. Panel type stuff is probably going to come back for a little while, but I think even with that, there's a way to do something that's even different from that.
By the way, they're so uncreative in Hollywood. They're bringing back a failed concept to replace a failed concept.
Like Fletch.
No, but
joking.
but I'm serious. Like, apparently, Corden's show lost a shitload of money.
Sure.
Because that model is not working right now. I don't think it's a knock on any of these guys. It's a knock on the
At
model.
midnight is way cheaper. You don't have a band,
it's
you don't have
cheaper.
a whole audience, and
It's
I think that's what they're banking on, is that it's something that's a little bit more.
I had fun on it. I did at midnight,
Right.
and I had
We
fun
all
on
did.
it.
I like
it
that.
was panel, like we did Chelsea, like we're all
Yes.
panel era.
I never did Chelsea Handler. Did you do it?
No, I wish. That show was huge.
Yeah.
That show could make you.
Yeah, I fucked it up for myself.
Why?
You fucked Sarah Colonna.
No.
Chewy.
You fuck Chewy?
No, I went.
R.I.P. Isn't he dead?
Is he?
I don't know.
God damn, pull that
Look
up
at you,
in the Google.
Syracuse.
Don't fucking kill
disrespect.
Chewy.
I don't know. I've been seeing R.I.P. Chewy on the back of IROC Z's in L.A. for a while.
Yeah, look, first result, Chewy is not dead.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's Chewbacca. Oh, that's Chewbacca Chewy. It's a different Chewy.
There he goes, Chewy.
Oh, shit.
God damn
2019
it.
R.I.P. Chewy.
R.I.P.
You
Chewy.
bastard.
It's like Paul Rodriguez.
God damn it, Chewy.
So what happened on Chelsea?
It was early in the show, like the first year of the show, before the show was the show. And it's all pop culture. And you know my stand-up. I don't talk about celebrity stuff. And what my angle was going to be, because, I know what fucking Joe Coy's going to do. And I know Lonnie Love's angle. I'm going to be the curmudgeon. I was going to be like the Lewis Black.
Uh-huh.
Like, that was the mold. I'm going to be pop culture Lewis Black.
Lewis Black guy.
So if Lewis Black is, Lewis Blacker.
Yeah, there we go. That's better.
So I guess I went to Lewis Black and like being like, what does this matter? What are we doing? Why do we care? And the producers just fucking, I did it 3 times. The 3rd time I was edited out of the episode.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I pissed somebody off. Whoops.
They edited you. So did they have you at the beginning and then you just didn't speak?
Give it up for our panel. Roy, Lonnie, Juliana Rancic. And then they did the panel, and it was just Lonnie and Juliana.
Oh, that's brutal.
And then at the end of the segment, they cut to the wide shot, and you just see me clapping.
Oh, wow.
Painful.
And I didn't bomb, but
Was she pissed with you?
I couldn't tell. She definitely didn't play off of it. I got the laugh from the audience, but I think in the tone of what they wanted that show to be, and ESPN, knowing what I learned later, being at ESPN, if you're shitting on the product that they're trying to sell to the fans, even if it's funny, you're not good for the program.
But that's what we do. We are the guys who make fun of the boss. That's what they don't understand. That's what comedians do.
And then that next year,
Letterman shitting on the network was huge.
Yeah, but Letterman had balls. He had like 8 years. He was tenured. He was a tenured professor.
Yeah. It's hard to make your name that way, I guess.
Yeah, and so then that next year, Josh Wolf and everybody else, they have a legit love, like Ross Matthews, like they know how to do that shit in a way where it still feels you're revering what you're talking about. And I didn't know how to do that shit in a way where it's, but still I like Botox treatments. It was just, why the fuck would you do that? And I don't even know when you're happy. When your face, like I'm just shitting on plastic surgery. Like, and you can't do that with a show. There's a plastic surgery show coming on right after.
Right.
So yeah, the next year, I see like the Friends of Chelsea tour, and they're playing 1,500-seat areas and the theaters and shit, and I'm like, fuck.
Damn, it's so funny because not to blow you, but we see you're doing great. Yeah, we look up to you, and then you forget that everybody has their scars. No matter who, what level, what talent, everybody's got some kind of, like Chris Rock tells you about SNL, and you're like, oh wow, you barely got any airtime, or you got cut out of sketches, and you're like, all right, or you bombed after Martin Lawrence or whatever it is.
Yeah, but it took a buddy of mine when I started like dabbling in ESPN shit, like in 2010, 2011, where he's like, and this is a guy I went to journalism school with. Like, no one will tell, and that's the thing with comics, nobody will tell you, hey man, don't shit on the thing that this network is built on.
Yeah.
They just go, you're funny, be funny, just do your thing.
Right.
And they think that I just didn't fucking know. So I
look at
shit
ESPN now. I mean, they're just firing everyone.
And there's no comedian. Like, there's no comedic presence.
Scott Van Pelt will kind of have his moments of like insight, but I feel like most people on ESPN now, Stephen A is just like Tucker Carlson, essentially. It's like loud, kind of like shock shit. That's what Skip Bayless does on Fox. It's all just kind of like talking head shit. It's not, there's no substance. There's not like Rich Eisen or Stu Scott or like, that type of show anymore.
Because the thing with comedy, though, is that it requires you to not take yourself seriously.
Right.
And I don't think you can really be in that realm and not still want to be respected as a revered journalist and then also make a quick joke. That's why it was easier to have Sports Nation and just put a comic on in the second segment and just let us be fucking crazy. And then apparently too many comedians got too crazy, and then one day it was just no more.
Of course. It's like morning radio. They go, hey, be funny. And then you actually are funny, and you shit on the lady, and you shit on the segment, and they're like, cut. This is no good.
And by the way,
this is what I do.
Yeah, the show's name was Kenny and the Rag. I can't call her a rag. I don't get it. This doesn't make sense.
She's on the rag. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so now like that Chelsea shit taught me a valuable lesson, bro, because I feel like I fucked up a lot of money for myself. Because like now if I did something on Food Network, it's just food is delicious.
Yeah.
Don't you love food?
That is, it is funny that is our instinct as comedians. They hand you like a souffle and you're like, ugh. And they're like, that was my life right there. That was everything.
Nate Bargatze put it well. He said one time he did a show, a corporate gig, and no one is laughing. He's like, when no one's laughing, as a comedian, you just feel like you're giving a mean speech. And it's so true. He's just shitting on this product, shitting on your wife, shitting on your family. You're just mean.
Yeah.
That's comedy.
Yeah,
but it's meant to have laughter. That's the problem.
Of course.
It's like making a fucking pie without sugar.
Right.
You need sugar, you know?
The painful thing about like morning TV and like I'm headed to Lexington, Kentucky, or I would have gone by the time this airs.
You know what's funny? We talked about that club recently. Do you remember we
Off
talked
Broadway?
about that?
Yeah, coming off Broadway.
Great club.
Yeah,
And
classic.
Like, that news show is like a 20-year institute. It's been the same fucking host, and it's the same like you can tell they're asking the same questions as well.
The morning show there?
Yeah, but
I bombed on that fucking morning show. There's a clip of me.
I thought that was deliberate though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
I was trying to burn a hole. I mean, I was like, the only way this is funny is if I fucking eat shit.
You, Steve Byrne, and Tracy Morgan.
Do the short one if you find it. If you actually
Tracy Morgan on morning TV.
Bro,
Kentucky. Fucking wild.
There is a clip of Tracy Morgan.
I was just in Portland. Very sensitive people. I think it's a lack of protein. But I went in there. You know what happened to me? I went to the club and this guy was like, I threw 3 hot women in. And I was like, thank you very much. And he said, it takes a woman like me to get them in. And he had a 5 o'clock shadow like me. And I was like, you're a guy though, right? And he said, excuse me. And I was like, oh no.
Hey,
like,
you were in trouble then,
I
weren't you?
know. And he said, and I said, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. And he said, screw you. You made a mistake. And I said, I can clearly see that you're a woman now because you're furious at me and I have no idea why.
Okay, keep pondering that one.
Okay.
Pondering that one.
Her reaction kills me.
The accent and everything. That's a good joke. What the fuck?
But you know what? I would just kind of like when it would be going nowhere, I'd just kind of do bits I know would bomb because I thought it'd be funnier TV.
Oh, I love humor.
But you know, that one is a funny one to do.
There is a clip from like 15 years ago of Tracy Morgan doing a morning show in El Paso, and halfway through the clip, he folds one leg under himself and pretends to be a Vietnam War amputee in the middle of live fucking television.
Wow. I love him.
And it is just so
I fucking love Tracy
chaotic.
Morgan.
Well, you can't
Oh, my
argue with a
God.
guy.
Dude, he's so skinny here. Holy shit.
You're not too bad looking yourself. Love you. Join us on Monday's edition of Good Morning El Paso.
5 a.m. to 7. Oof.
Yeah.
That's where they don't get.
On Good Morning El Paso, you missed a great interview with a buddy of mine, Tracy Morgan, former
A buddy of mine.
member,
They'll never see him again.
now telling some jokes, comic strip, making some observations.
No, go to the other one. Tracy Morgan, Wasted. It's going to say like, yeah.
Where are we?
He was a fucking twig back then, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think he was
I just saw-
wasted. I think that's just his strategy.
Right.
I saw him in an interview recently say they were like, you lost so much weight, and he goes, Ozempic.
hold it.
Like, you never hear celebrities be honest
right
about
there.
that.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, let it roll from right there.
Another Brooklyn guy.
Uh-oh, we just lost your microphone. Oh,
He took his mic off. He's holding the lav with his hand.
That's when you call the club. Isn't that crazy?
Come on, don't go to break. This is Texas.
Uh-oh, Kreischer stole this.
Right after this, here it comes.
What people can expect. More dancing, more shirtless action.
Love. It's all love.
Right here.
I'm
Yeah.
Captain James T. Kirk. I'm with the Vietnam.
Trying to.
Tracy,
Oh no.
One of your favorite characters you do. One of my.
I gotta get them wheelchair gloves. You know the black leather one with the fingers cut off?
I'm gonna stop asking questions. Do Spoonie Love. Do a little bit of Spoonie Love. Can you do that for me? This is the character you do in Crank Yankers. One of my favorites.
Wow.
You might want to hold that.
Let me see.
Spoonie Love was shame on. No, I can't do Spoonie. Spoonie was graphic.
Yeah, you're right.
I get his children watching, but I did get this leg blowed off from piano.
Well, clearly you have no problem taking your shirt
For
off,
no
so that's
reason.
okay.
And you have to do
That's
that.
sexy.
Yeah.
You have to
You know,
do
the
that.
sex-
Otherwise, no one's going to come to the show.
No.
Dude,
that
I
sells
love
tickets.
I love Tracy Morgan. We were behind him at a Knicks game once, and he just kept turning around. It was me and Anthony DeVito, and he just keeps turning around and going, Michael Beasley's having the game of his life, and Tracy just keeps turning around and going, real animals eat meat. And we're like, I don't even know what this
I don't know what that means either, but I love it.
I'm dying. But we were like, yeah. Watching Michael Beasley just go off and Tracy Morgan just turning to us and speaking nonsense. I was like, I fucking love him.
When I still lived in Birmingham, this is like 04, 05 or so, whatever year Jay-Z The Black Album came out. That year, Tracy comes to Birmingham. First joke, and this is super, and Birmingham is still a conservative, like even black people there are a little pearl clutchy at times.
Yeah, very religious.
And with Tracy, 03. So then you don't even know, like they're thinking they're getting SNL Tracy. So it's a lot of white people in the crowd. First fucking joke out of his fucking mouth, he goes, yeah, y'all have to excuse me back there. You see a little sauce on my fucking mouth. My wife's on her period. But I still fuck though. I like ketchup on my Frankfurter.
Oh.
3 tables get up.
You think you're getting a clean show?
I know.
And that's what he opens with?
First joke is I like ketchup on my Frankfurter.
I love
And
it.
he fucking walked 3. It's the quickest I've ever seen someone walk.
Wow.
Like, I've seen people at Mooney's show hold on and then not realize that they left right before the last joke.
Right.
Like they've settled their check and then they just fucking, and it's not like.
Because Paul Mooney would do like 2 hours, you mean?
Well, that, Mooney would go in on white people to their face.
Oh, yeah, it was awkward.
But he would talk about the race. He wouldn't talk about you specifically, but he would talk about white people so viscerally that the whole room is looking at you to see how you're reacting to
Right.
material about your people. And then if you made it through the show, Mooney would like congratulate you. Like he would. You ain't like the ones out. You ain't like the mother hunkies. And he would give you a shirt.
Right.
You get free merch if you endured.
But when Tracy Morgan got in trouble for whatever gay joke that was, I was like, that's the least offensive thing he's ever said. That's like not that bad. He said crazier shit sitting at the cellar.
Damn, he never doesn't make me laugh. Like he's one of those dudes.
It's great.
He just will. By the way, he's a dude that will like if you see him at the cellar, I feel like we'll have this like intense conversation. He'll be like, give me this pep talk, and then I see him the next time. He has no idea who I am.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely one of those who like I think is so genuine, but then just doesn't remember you.
Yeah,
you know?
he's got a lot going on.
But I think he meant it.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
In the moment, I'm like, he's a fucking sweet guy. He's
got a great comedians in cars. Him and Seinfeld have a good back and forth.
Is he in one of Seinfeld's cars, or did they take his Lamborghini?
Took the Lambo.
Yeah.
But I think Seinfeld drove it.
That's fucking awkward.
Yeah.
See, you got like Seinfeld.
I saw him once at Caroline's, and I think he would get the light. He just didn't want to do long. I think we get the light at 45 and just finish, just wrap
Really?
up. So he would
Wow.
like be mid-sentence, get the light and be like, thank you very much. And they'd be like, what? But that was the light. That was it.
The greatest shit I've seen, like in terms of like a stage exit, Damon Wayans.
Oh, I used to love Wayans.
Senior Damon Wayans. It was just like a regular showcase night at Flappers in Burbank. And he goes on stage and calls for an Uber.
Wow.
In his hand. On stage. And if you're close enough, you know what the app looks like. He's calling for an Uber.
Wow.
He places the phone down and proceeds to destroy for 7-8 fucking minutes, and then just looks at the phone like in the middle of just a crescendo of a joke. All right, my Uber's here. I'll see y'all. And he flips and turns the phone to the crowd. You can see like the little cut.
Wow.
And he just walked out the club. Yeah, I just wanted to do something real quick while I wait for an Uber.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Do you know Damon Wayans at all?
Not personally, like professionally, we've worked together once or twice, but not like I'm closer to Junior, just because there's comedy graduating classes or whatever. But
Sure.
no, I've never I couldn't call him or fucking. If he walked in the room, we could speak, but
You were in Only Murders in the Building.
Yes.
Whoa.
That's a cool fucking cameo. And you're in a scene with Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Steve Martin.
Damn, I just watched The Jerk today. That's
Bro,
so crazy.
Improv kings, bro.
Were they improvising a lot?
Improv kings, bro. And they didn't even fucking, the one scene we had, they didn't even fucking use it. Like, I'm trying to think of two people who play off of each other better than them. Maybe Tina and Amy.
Yeah.
Tina and Amy is definitely some Jordan Pippen. I just know where you're going before you even, like, just fucking throwing oops to each other. Like, they were fucking great, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like, personable, like, just in the green room, I had a gig in Atlantic City the same night as them. And you know, like, you get to a show, casino gigs, you see, like, a big crowd in line. You're like, oh, these are the people for my show. And you're like, no, your theater's around the corner. This is the bigger venue that you didn't know shit about.
Right.
So I asked them a bunch of questions just about their live show. I don't know if they still do it now, but they toured like a 2-man bantery thing.
It's on Netflix. They do a
but
Netflix
it's structured. Like there's proper structure to it.
And they trash each other.
Yeah.
Whenever they would do promo for that show on any talk show, they would just take over the talk show by shitting on each other. And I was like, this is gold.
It's gold. They're so good at it.
Yeah.
Was that fun as hell to shoot?
Yeah, that was fun. It was exteriors though, and it was winter, so they weren't. We shot some stuff in the car that was green screen, but the front half of the scene was like outside, proper snowstorm. So like they're like,
in and
get
out.
Get it done. Like all of this, take your time. We'll do a bunch of takes. It's like, no, make a choice, figure out what you want to do, and then it's almost like your job is to just be still and just let them fucking make circles around you.
Yeah. See, those gigs are almost bittersweet for me because I'm in the hotel room showering like, boy, Steve Martin, I'm going to get him to like me. I'm going to say that one thing. He's going to love me. He's going to go, you got it, kid. And Martin Short's going to hug me and high-five me. And then you don't say 3 words and you go home.
Would say the thing would happen with Guy Fieri.
Oh, jeez. I met
You tell your story, I'll tell my Tommy Davidson story.
Oh, all right. Booty call. So, Guy, I'm doing a Fully Loaded with Kreischer, and Guy Fieri is shooting a Something's Burning, and I was like, I'm gonna get Guy Fieri to like me. I'm gonna win him over. So they're getting the barbecue ready, and Bert can't turn the oven on. He can't get the oven working. He can't light it. And I go, man, Bert, you'd make the worst Nazi. And Guy Fieri just turns to me and goes, what? And I was like, I thought I had a zinger. I thought I had a home run. He hated it. And I didn't bother him again.
And you're done. After that,
it was done. Yeah, he kept, like, if you're me, he kept like looking past me. He wouldn't make eye contact.
Yeah, Marcus spent too much time with comedians that he thinks the way to make friends with Food Network people is Nazi humor. I'm going to do it.
Well, he was smoking a cigar. He was drinking. He seemed like a fun guy.
Yeah. You think he's the secretly dark host?
Yeah.
A lot of them are, but you got to warm up to them.
That's true. No warming.
See, Bobby Flay, you got to hear this Mexican joke, buddy. Come here.
I always feel better when I find out like people that put out this good boy image actually do drink or snort cocaine or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's in the kitchens and stuff. You got to. That's the other thing of why you think he would maybe, like, I feel like Bourdain would have like at least snickered at that joke.
Yes, definitely. They're dark people. They're all tatted up.
Well, Bourdain clearly was dark,
Sure.
you know, but
so Tommy Davidson, so that was like the first like big name act I ever opened for, like A-lister, and this is 98. So Living Colors just ended. He's got a good movie run happening or whatever. And so what I thought I was going to have the Chris Rock Beverly Hills Cop 2. I'm going to wow him with this 15 minutes of fucking book buyback jokes and Florida State. That's all I fucking had at the time. And so I was opening for him at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte.
Good club.
I like that room
This
a lot.
is the old one when it was still on Independence Boulevard. It was like way out, like commercial, like way out. So it's a 3-day gig. I packed 2 weeks worth of luggage because it's the week of midterms. I know I'm going to flunk this semester because I'm taking the gig. And the idea is, okay, I'll rip. Tommy will love me.
Oh, no.
And then he'll say, come back to Los Angeles with me.
Wow.
Because I thought that's legit how I thought Hollywood worked.
Because that's how movies are.
Yeah. And the only story you've heard is the Chris Rock story up until that point.
A Roy can dream.
Eddie saw him. Eddie put him in Beverly Hills Cop 2, and then he got Bring the Pain. And you don't realize there's like huge gaps of work that happened in between. So every night I go up and I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Perfectly fine for a Friday night, $30 ticket. 19, maybe 20 years old.
I love it.
Sunday night. Now, mind you, I'm introducing Tommy, so I'm only seeing him when he's coming to the stage. Because at this point, he's not in the, I don't know this, but he's not in the room when I'm fucking on stage. But I'm thinking he's in the room like all the other meathead, C-list headliners you work for who show up at the top of the show. So I'm assuming Tommy sees me, but I can never get to him because after the show, he's got meet and greets and he's got things. Man, go ahead. So I figure Sunday night, I'm going to fucking talk to him. Yeah. So I bring my fucking luggage to the club. I've got all of my luggage in the club because I know Tommy Davidson is going to take me back with him to the fucking airport because that's how entertainment works. And I go up and I rip best set of the weekend. I come back to the green room. I bring Tommy down and I decide I'm not leaving the green room until I talk to him. So, and you know how long it takes after the last show. He does a meet and greet. That's a fucking hour.
Right.
Then he's got to go do paperwork. That's another 10, 15 fucking minutes. But I see his things. He has to come back to the green room for his things. So I'm going to fucking sit right here. Tommy Davidson comes in. He looks at me. He goes, "Hey, bud, didn't see anything you did, but they said you did good. Keep it up."
Wow.
And disappeared into the night. And I'm just standing there like, what the fuck am I going to do
with my luggage?
I just flunked out of fucking and you like trying to think of all this shit to say, but you just realize you'll sound crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't leave.
Right.
I flunked school. Take me back to LA with you. Here's my luggage.
Oh, man.
I thought that motherfucker was going to take me and put me in Ace Ventura 3.
Holy shit, I forgot he was the dude. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, he had a run, man. I used to love that shit. When he did In Living Color, and him and Jamie Foxx would do, like, Jamie Foxx was like the tough guy, and he was his sidekick. Oh, yeah. I can't think of the name of the sketch, but it was
he's a funny guy.
Yeah, and then you like work with him numerous times after that, and I like told him that story, and he's like, "Motherfucker, why would I take you back to California?" You know what?
Does he laugh at it though?
Yeah, it was all fucking love.
Well, that's the win, that you know him now, and you told him that story.
Yeah,
that means you made it.
It's like it's a weird mile marker in my career because like.
Sorry, the third one, that one, yeah, that was big. He always had the bandana on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were like...
Ace and Main Man.
Yes. I used to love that sketch.
Should we do bits or what?
Well, we got to get him out of here,
I've done bits. I did.
Oh, he did a full action hero.
So you want to plug dates?
Yeah, where are you going to be?
I'm all over the place, man. But the big ones, Brea, California, Sacramento. Just go to my website. Bay Area, I-85 in the southeast. That's how I plug my shit. Any city that's on I-85 in the southeast, I'll be there. Bay Area, and then the big one is
the Moore,
Tucson.
The Moore is
and then
top 5 theaters.
One of the
I've
best.
never done it.
It might be like might be my favorite venue I played. It's beautiful, and it's 3 tiers, but they're like on top of you. It's
I've never played Seattle proper until what would be New Year's Eve. Like I've always done like the weird club out of town, Kirkland. I did Laughs in Kirkland.
I did that so many times.
I did Tacoma. I've done everything in Tacoma.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I've never done there was like some underground club in Seattle. It was like a
Parlor Live, and then there was
I did that one in Bellevue. I did that.
Bellevue, that was the other rich one. Yeah.
I've done everything, but I've never done like apparently like downtown Seattle is its own ecosystem.
Oh, dude,
it looks like
you got to
shit
go
from
to
the outside, too.
that farmers market is epic too. Pike, is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, Pike's Market.
That's where they're throwing the fish.
Throwing the fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will see that.
Super cool.
I love it. Okay, well I got. When does this come out?
Oh, the egg. That's fun.
When does this come out? Of what?
September.
Oh,
September?
Yeah, buddy.
Good God.
We're backlog. Mark's going away. All right, so we got Toronto, Meridian Hall. It's a biggie, baby. Come out. Chicago motherfucking theater. I might have a special guest popping out on that one. I can't say who. But Stand-Up Live in Phoenix, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, NYC, the big one, the theater at MSG.
Yes.
We got all over Australia. We got Brisbane, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Sydney, and also just added Vegas, the Win, December 2nd, and then the next week I'll be in fucking Naples. I'm making my return. I decided to do a revenge tour, baby.
Wow.
Naples gig and Tampa that weekend, so come on out.
That's your Tommy
Off
Davidson.
the hook.
No. No, I don't think they want me ever back there. I've got my mileage shitting out of them, but that's samuel.com/shows.
You don't want to go there either. Hey, it's my birthday. I'm going to Vicar Street, one of the great venues in Ireland. It's really cool. I'll be all over Europe. What is this? UK, London, Manchester, Birmingham, Alabama, Glasgow.
Birmingham, UK.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then whatever that is,
Hershey,
in
Pennsylvania, Tyson, Virginia,
Theater.
Oklahoma City,
That
Dallas,
Capital
Texas.
One Hall is beautiful. That's outside of D.C.
Portland, Maine.
I can't read that. Majestic.
Oh, I love Portland, Maine.
Providence, Rhode Island, Cleveland. At the
Agora.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Denver.
There you go. Paramount.
Grand Junction.
Good.
2 at the Denver. That's fun. All right. So, yeah, come on out. MarkNormanComedy.com. And
can I give you a quick peeve before we go?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
I didn't get a birthday cake. My birthday's August 29th. What the hell, man? what the hell?
Yeah, we'll share it.
We'll share it.
There you go.
He came out all ceremoniously for Mark. My birthday's long past. What the fuck?
Yeah, we can edit it. Yeah, Photoshop.
No, keeping the peeve. Keep the peeve. Bodega Cat is available at bodegacatwhiskey.com. Hopefully by now it's in fucking liquor stores in New York.
Yeah,
and
hopefully. I mean,
bars, but
people are messaging me. Where can I get it? What the hell? You know.
Yeah.
Everybody wants it. But yeah,
We'll get there.
Check out Roy. You got about 3 specials out there?
Yeah, they're all on Paramount. No, they're all on YouTube for free right now.
Hey, there you go.
That's big, man.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube.
Isn't it crazy how many more
3
people are
specials.
seeing them now than when they like?
Of course.
People tweet me, "Oh, your new special 2 years ago."
Let them think it.
The best is when they repost when you're old and they're like, "Man, this new stuff's even better." I'm like, "That's from 2018."
I know.
Thanks a lot.
One of the best. That Leonardo DiCaprio bit is killer.
Ah, yes, man.
I
One of
should've
the
done
true
that
right
bit in front of him.
allies.
One of our favorite comics. Watch all of his stuff. It's one of the best comics. You probably know him, but if you don't, watch everything. Great comic.
Killer.
Thank
We're
you
big
for having me,
fans.
boys.
We love
You're
you,
the
man.
I appreciate
All right.
it. I'm gonna head to this air conditioned place. Let you know how it goes.
All right. See you soon, guys.
Thank you. Comedy.
Sunday's the day for my next offender. A bit of peeves, you know the beer juice close. I've had a little too much bourbon, and Norman's talking shit about the fucking Pope. And I get down in the same way. Up on the roof like a cop's coming, and naked Samuel is feeling dangerous. I'm out to lunch here in New Orleans. This woman doesn't look like I remember her, and I get down in the same way. We might